Wake up, suckers. It's June the 25th, 2021. I am David.
I'm Renee.
And I'm Philip.
And it's been 20 days since we've spoken to you. Renee just informed us. I didn't miss
It's been a minute.
I didn't miss either one of y'all.
No.
I'm sure you did.
Honest, so. We've been busy.
Yeah.
We were going to try to do one last week. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
been busy.
You've
man.
been a ghost.
It's been busy.
Wish y'all could
Hey,
see
if
the
you want to
man.
be the man, you got to be the man. You understand?
Hey,
So.
I was just born the man, so
Wow. Okay. Well, you
sorry for you.
You make it look like you're trying a little hard. But okay.
Yeah.
So this is another one. We don't have an agenda. We're going in this thing blind. Who knows where this will take us?
I'm
There's
sure
no
it's going to
telling.
go way off.
And it could be real. If we don't have an agenda, sometimes we can drift into dangerous territory. We're going to try to keep that to a minimum.
It won't happen.
Philip is going to control his language tonight, so we don't have to do much editing.
I've gotten better.
It's definitely gotten better.
Yeah,
These, yeah,
there's
we
only
should
one in
have
the
been
last
able
one.
to put out a bunch of podcasts because they should edit. Ideally, they should edit it a whole lot faster.
Yeah.
I got the intro cut down to where I can bring in the intro that quietens down faster. Like that's
Yeah.
just a separate file now that I can bring in.
About all that long.
Well, it's because every time if I was originally editing that each time, so now I was like, why don't I just do this, make it a separate file, and then I can just import that every time. So the editing is getting faster. So now
you got a little smarter.
now we just need the listeners.
Yep.
We gotta have the
yeah.
listeners.
We need y'all to sprinkle it.
So
Spread it.
the biggest question that anybody's asked is
What?
I said you don't learn.
I don't.
the biggest question that anybody's asked. Like, I don't want to have to watch. It's over here.
Nope.
I don't want to have to watch my phone, have the YouTubes open to listen to y'all's angelic
Yeah.
voices.
Yeah.
We fixed that.
Yes.
So
We're
your
on everything.
your podcast
Everywhere.
platform of choice.
Everything.
Search for total nostalgia, pop culture experience.
Yeah.
Yeah, you probably got to type the whole thing because I tried it on Apple, and when I typed in just Total Nostalgia, it didn't pop up.
Yeah. Everything
But I
that says the
typed
word
in
nostalgia
pop.
in it.
And it popped up.
Yep.
And you would think we'd pop right to the top
Yeah.
you
because
think
there ain't
so.
nothing
That's
else.
because
in
we
that
don't have
name.
enough interactions
But we're
right
not.
now.
Yeah.
So if we need
We're
y'all
like
to go,
8th or 9th down.
yeah, we need you to go
So-
follow us on all the platforms.
Yeah, so we're on Google, Anchor, Spotify, Apple. Obviously, that's the big one. There's like 6 or 7 of them, and if I said the other ones, you probably wouldn't know who it
I
was.
mean, I never even heard
Yeah.
of
yeah,
it.
Yeah,
look
some
at your
of
big
them.
ones.
Yeah.
Basically,
Yeah.
Spotify, Apple, and Google.
It's
Those
a
are
good
the
chance
3
you
that
either
everybody
it's a
uses.
good chance you either got an Android or an Apple phone in your
Yeah.
pocket. Just
Yeah.
look at those.
And we'll still be on YouTube.
We're
for
still
those
on YouTube. We're still
people.
we're still
Yeah.
filming the video. So
you don't
if
have
you're
those,
listening
you're
on YouTube,
probably
it's
listening
hard to
anyways.
think while you're doing this. It's like some people aren't seeing what we're doing with our hands and stuff and showing stuff and all that. So there may be times where we're talking about something that you really want to see. In that case, listen to the podcast, and then when you get home, pop open YouTube and come pay us a visit.
Yep.
You can watch
Yeah.
it there and catch up on what we were actually showing or whatever.
Subscribe and like.
Yeah, all that
share.
stuff. All that stuff.
Which
Yes,
we
all
haven't
the
done
things.
anything in a while where we show anything.
Well, that's because laziness for one thing, but then also it takes like I would get stuff in the mail and it's like, oh, I'll show that on the podcast, so I'll put it over in my little box, and then it's like, well, that's got to sit in that box for a week, and it's like,
I can't take it.
yeah,
Yeah,
and
put
most
it in
of the time-
another box and
most-
put it in the attic.
That's what I'm doing. Yeah, it's like, I really need to get that in the attic and never see it again. So that's really the biggest problem. But yeah, we
funny.
hadn't showed out a lot of stuff,
I got
and
a
I got a
box
bunch of stuff.
right here.
I got something next
Yeah.
week. Yeah, I'll
Got a whole
pop it
shape
up there.
kit right there.
I got
I got
some-
this. Look at check this out.
Yeah, here we
Renee
go,
got
here
me
we go.
this.
It was so dusty.
For my Power Ranger collection. A little shave, be like your daddy, a fake shaving kit.
So it's the razor that don't have a blade in it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Like
thought that
Fisher
was
Price.
cool.
Well, you should pop that open, spray yourself down with. There's no telling what them
Ooh.
chemicals are in that
Ooh.
can.
Yeah, I might get superpowers.
You might burn your hair off your face.
Oh, and then Renee got me
Be radioactive.
the
Oh, yeah.
Japanese
Now that is cool.
dragon
The
dagger.
Japanese dragon dagger. And the thing about that is, from what I understand, I don't know. I don't speak Japanese. Never been to Japan. But from what I understand, the Power Rangers everybody knows and loves over here was not a very successful version of the Power Ranger or
kill
Sentai
him.
or whatever. Yeah, like he's nowhere near as big a deal. Like, you know, everybody over here in the SH figure art's like, I gotta have that Green Ranger. Gotta have that Green Ranger. He was like a web exclusive in Japan because not many people care anything about
Yeah.
him. Like he was nowhere near the.
And then like the White Ranger that they ended up putting with these guys in the American version, he was in the next, because every year in Japan it's kind of like America, they change it every year,
right.
and it's different people.
Yeah,
The
we're
white
usually
one,
like a year or two behind, right?
the white one was actually from the next series, but they just kept running with the dinosaur thing kind of, and
Yeah.
they put him in with that series.
Yeah.
because I guess Tommy, J. Dave Frank ended up become so popular that
So that's the thing. Green Ranger's your guy.
He's
Heck,
my man.
You may go to Japan and load up on all this stuff for little and nothing because everybody hates him over there.
And
God,
that was
let's
the
hope
plan
So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
when we were going to go to Japan.
Well,
We still plan on going next year.
yeah, we'll see.
This
We'll
little
see.
Green Ranger thing.
Oh, there's 2 of them. There should be a.
Yeah, but I started opening the other one, so I'll just show
You
this
opened
one.
the Megazord.
I'm going to open that one too.
What happened to the
That was
box?
Thomas-y buddies.
Oh, they were like that.
Yeah.
What was the other thing that I ordered you that came in?
What are they?
from-
Just little minifigures?
Yeah, they're
Yeah.
like
Do
little vinyl figures.
They're like
Yeah, they're like
non-posable or whatever.
Japanese,
Yeah,
too.
Yeah, they
little
don't, but
statues.
they come with like a little backdrop.
Yeah.
That's
pretty
cool.
cool. I like
yeah,
Green
that's
Ranger.
cool.
I got Zed in. Somebody brought Zed
I saw
in.
that sitting on the counter over
Oh,
there.
and you can like
Yeah.
stick them up.
Oh, okay.
I was
yeah.
going to keep him,
Yeah.
but I was like, I'll
He
sell
probably, if he ain't worth nothing, just keep him. Like that's your thing.
it. Yeah, I thought about it. But she got me the Megazord, so if I keep Zed, I'll have almost this whole set.
Well, if I was that close, I'd just keep it then.
There's only 5 in that set.
Yeah,
I got a
you
bunch
already.
of stuff to put up.
I
Three
just
out of
realized
five.
you've got George Washington pre and post op up there. I did not realize.
You
that.
never noticed that?
No, I was like, because this one had fell over, so I straightened him. The real world one, I
Yeah.
straightened up, and then I was just looking over there and saw the Bioshock one.
Bioshock
It's like,
one.
boy, he's had a rough go of it.
Yeah.
Something didn't go wrong or maybe it went really right. I don't know.
I like George Washington.
Yeah, that's pretty neat.
I got some President Pez things too to put up, like
Okay.
John
You can
Adams.
see
Yeah.
the Lobo.
Yeah, I stuck him up there on top
Yeah,
of that.
so you
I'm
can
gonna
see
I'm gonna
yeah.
open him.
Oh yeah, I've got one open too.
Yeah,
he's-
so,
he's
He's
cool.
already
He's
opened
cool.
anyways.
He's super cool.
Yeah, I like Lobo.
I do too.
And then man, if he's listening, I'm sorry, I forgot your name. He felt bad that our Pokemon cards got stolen,
Yeah.
so he gave me that Mortal Kombat 11 Spawn statue
That's
thing.
cool.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
So I put it up.
Listener of the week.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and then-
he came in and
cool.
gave me something. You're
And
And
awesome.
then John gave us the little G.I. Joe dude with the face hugger on it.
Somebody finally found a good use for a 12-inch GI
Yeah,
Joe.
yeah.
Yeah, it worked out
That's
great.
That's pretty
Put the
neat.
face hugger
Yeah.
right in
Yeah.
it.
And then that
So-
egg came with like, I think a NECA figure or something like
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It lights up green.
That's
Yeah.
pretty cool.
John's awesome.
Yeah.
But I
All
thought
right.
that was real cool. That guy to give
That
me
is
that
super
Spawn
cool.
figure.
That is super cool. That's neat. I've never seen that.
Yeah,
All right.
All right.
If you
Anyways,
want to send us things to put up
We
on the
showed
podcast,
things.
you
Yeah,
can bring it
well, we
up.
showed
look at
Yeah.
that rabbit hole we just went down.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
Unplanned.
God, yeah, geez. Like,
Yeah.
man, we should do this for a living.
I know, right?
Fortnite. What's up with Fortnite?
So Fortnite's better than it was because I got a new battle pass.
Okay.
Alien Invasion.
Is it aliens or is it just?
It's just saying Alien
It
Invasion.
just says that.
Like the map, there's like a big alien mothership above you,
Mm.
Oh,
and they're
UFO.
bringing in characters who are aliens. Like Superman's gonna be somebody you can get.
Oh, okay. Anybody falls under the alien banner.
Yeah.
Okay.
I can't remember who
Why
the
would
other
they-
ones are.
See, they should do like Mars Attacks people up in there.
Oh, that'd be neat.
That would be
Oh,
cool.
man.
Hey, I
If
wouldn't
they
put
had
it
their
past
melting
them.
rays and stuff.
They've got.
That game has probably mixed more properties than any.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, it has.
You know, I always thought that the Lego Movie was probably it. You know, like they had Ninja Turtles and Lord of the Rings and Gods. And they had everything in there. But Fortnite may be knocking on that door. They've
got a
got to
lot.
be getting close.
Well, Rick's in there right now because he's an alien, or he goes to space.
Well, so the comic book
Rick
series, that
Sanchez.
0 Point series. So I went to a comic book store and I found issue 1 on the rack or whatever. He had like 3 or 4 copies. So I was like, but I don't want to be the guy that goes in there and cleans you out. So I bought one week and I come back next week and there's a couple still there. I was like, I'll go get those too.
you should just
And,
cleaned him out the
well,
first
it
time.
turns out I was
Yeah.
buying like 3rd, 4th print, something like that. So
Oh.
they have the codes in them and everything, and they'll probably even that issue 1 is tanking now. It's nowhere near what it was. Like it's on the downward spot. But anyhow, I ended up getting. I've got all of them currently except for issue 2. And I was just buying them because that's what they were. But I bought issue 3, and it turns out to be a second printing also. But issue 3 has got Batman on the cover, and Storm Shadow is like jumping down on him with his katana out or whatever. It's
That's
like,
cool.
now Storm Shadow versus Batman, that's pretty cool.
That is pretty cool.
So when I found that and realized mine was a second print, got on eBay and found a first printing or whatever, like $11 or something. So
Did
supposed
you
to be
not?
the same.
Did you pre-order that Snake Eyes Fortnite figure?
Snake Eyes Fortnite figure.
They did it on Hasbro Pulse.
Yes,
they
they did.
released it like
Yes.
forever ago.
Yeah,
It seems
yeah.
like.
Well,
I
the
pre-
pre-order was way along,
Yeah.
but the figure don't come out until like the end of the year.
Yeah,
Yes, I did. get
pre-ordered
that.
one too.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
thought,
What
oh,
was
that's
that
It is
one I
pretty
sent
cool.
you that was like the Transformers? What was that? Something that transformed.
What did you send me? Yeah, that's what it was. It was the 52 toys, the little blocks that Philip made fun of because he didn't realize how cool they actually were. They're doing the Ninja Turtles.
Yeah.
And so
really?
yeah, and so it's like some of the
How dumb.
the cubes of the Ninja Turtles plugged together and made a facsimile of the party wagon.
Oh, that's kind of neat.
Well, they're all kind of neat.
The-
You were
I-
wrong completely to begin
Yeah,
with.
I don't know
So
if we'll take it that far.
Hey, if
Something
I
that
got
just
a-
transforms into a cube.
They stack. You
Be
see.
realistic,
The kids
though.
love
The Tesseract
Legos.
are cute.
The kids love the
Do you like
Minecraft.
Minecraft? Do you like Minecraft?
I love that my
you
daughter
don't
loves
love
Minecraft.
and they're nothing but cubes,
Huh?
and so you like a figure that transforms into a cube.
I do.
I mean, the Predator one was cool.
The alien one's cool. The alien one turns into somewhat of a cube, and then you plug the face hugger on to complete the cube.
Yeah, that's cool.
It's cool. And I don't care what
Speaking of
anybody
Transformers,
says.
though, they announced, I think it was today or yesterday, that the new Transformer reboot is
Beast
going to start with
Wars.
Beast Wars.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had a kid, so I'm making my weekly Walmart run, and I go in Walmart, and you see the people standing around there. It's like, I don't want to deal with those people. I'm going to walk down this aisle here for a little while, and I'll swing back by. And it starts eventually looking like I'm stalking, because these people probably saw me a couple times. But it's just like, look, this is for my benefit and
They
your
should have
benefit.
hurried up.
I don't want to deal with you. You don't want to deal with me.
Yeah.
Get out of my way. Anyways, it finally cleared out enough. I scoot down here, and there's a couple people in the middle of the aisle. I go on past them to look past what I was actually going to look at. But as I get down the aisle and realize that this kid is right where I'm looking at, I was like, well, I'm just going to go on down here. Maybe he'll get the point. So he's not moving. So I kind of sidle up. I sneak up to I was looking at Transformers, and I bend down. I'm like looking, the bottom row. They got them there 4 or 5 deep. So I'm like, well, maybe something new's in the back where I'm digging or whatever. And apparently I caught this kid's attention. And you could tell when he started talking, it's like, this ain't somebody you want to catch their attention.
Oh, God.
Yeah, and he's like, you saw the ad for the new Transformers movie, didn't you? I was like, oh yeah, I saw that. He's like, it's coming out in 2 weeks, and I was like, no, I didn't say this because I was like, no, dude, I didn't say it, but I'm like, no, it's not, it's at least a year off, or whatever. But I didn't say any of that. I was like, oh really?
Yeah.
And he's like, yep. So what they're doing is, and he starts explaining the way those kind of people do, like he knows everything about it, but he really don't. He goes into this, and after as every sentence, as I anticipate that he's almost finished with a sentence, I take a step away. So I'm still kind of looking at you or whatever. And eventually I saw my break, and he's still talking, and I shoot out, and it's trailing off as I go. Like he's still going.
How old are we talking?
I'm going to guess he was probably – he was – okay, computer. He was big for his age, I would think, but I'm going to guess he was in the 12, 13-year-old range.
Poor kid.
Well,
You just walk away from it.
Hey, it's a hard knock
What if
life,
somebody
buddy.
did that to your kid?
My kid is more interesting. My kid people would be like, I got to talk to this little girl. This little girl knows what's going on. My kid has been able to have conversations with grown-ups since she could talk. And it's just one of those things. She's just a good conversationalist.
That's good, because that's a lost...
She can talk to people.
That's
So,
really feel
we
like...
would go to church, and these old people would just sit around and talk to my daughter, and like she could keep up her end of the conversation. Like,
My
she's best kid
nephew's
ever.
like that.
She's
He was
Yeah.
always like that.
Matter of fact, she wants to be on the podcast.
Okay.
And I don't know that she's listened to a little bit of here, but that guy's not the listener of the week anymore. My daughter is. He just got unseated.
Yeah.
I mean, he had his shot and he had his run, but now my daughter's listener of the week.
Okay.
So,
She's
okay.
listener of the week.
Yeah,
Sweet.
for now.
But my nephew's like that. When
Yeah.
he was 5, you thought and he's still, you think you're talking to a 50-year-old
Yeah,
man.
I'm okay with that.
Like using big words.
Yeah,
I'm
that's
like,
what I
don't
mean.
know
Yeah.
what that means.
Hey,
He's like too-
well,
he's
yeah, I
too
don't want you.
smart.
Yeah, now that I don't want you to go too far. I want you to seem abnormal for your age,
Like,
but don't be trying to talk.
He'll
down to
start
me.
talking physics
Nah.
and
Yeah,
singularities.
like crazy stuff,
and
and I'm
Okay.
like, I don't even know where
Yeah.
you learned
And
that
you're
stuff.
like-
Goodness gracious.
he is so smart.
Yeah.
And his sister, God love her. She's
Yeah.
like my brother.
Yeah.
She's not like her mama, because their mom's incredibly
Oh, yeah.
smart.
Yeah.
Yeah, like real smart.
Yeah.
She's a chemical engineer. So.
Okay. Yeah.
And Lily may be smart. I don't know, but she don't act it.
Are they gonna listen to this? Or
I
hear
don't know. I
this?
mean, hey, if they do, they
Yeah.
need to be.
Yeah, she's typical 13-year-old girl.
Oh,
know,
okay.
she's
well, yeah.
She's awesome. I didn't
Yeah.
say she was bad. I'm
No,
just
no,
saying
I'd
her
say
brother's smarter than she is.
Well, and the
Yeah.
world's got to have those.
I'm
folks.
smarter than
Yeah.
my
Yeah, man.
brother.
Yeah.
If he's listening, he knows it.
Okay. Well. Okay. Then.
Yeah.
Anything
That
else about
escalated
Fortnite?
quickly.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, they changed it. It's better. You don't have all that primitive that crap going
Well, that
on.
whole chapter's done now.
Done. So every time there's a new
Okay.
battle pass, they move on different things. The map will kind of change
So
up.
the alien is the new battle pass. Is that right?
Yes.
Okay.
So I saw something about a permanent battle pass option to buy.
Oh no, that's what I need to buy.
Well,
Was it like a lifelong subscription or
I
whatever?
think so.
Well,
I just saw something about it today, but I scrolled right past it.
They do like a monthly
there.
thing, so you can like pay for the something monthly, and
Yeah, I
you
think
get
they've
the
got like a lifetime one. That
you
you
get the
can buy
battle
now.
pass, and you get all these like extra skins and V-Bucks and all this other stuff that you can
A
get.
good thing that they could do, and maybe they just don't want to splinter their audience or whatever. Maybe they do something like this, like a lot of PC games used to. There were, you'd go to a server list, and like you'd look by the description of the server, like this server is dedicated to, say back in the old days, like multiplayers, like this is Rockets only or something like that. If you want to play Rockets only, you go to this server. They should do
They
that.
have
like,
games every now and then. They'll
Do
do
they?
games like that.
Well,
where
I just mean though, like maybe somebody really liked that primitive season or
And they
whatever
wanna
you
keep
call it,
playing
and
it
they want to
instead
keep
of
playing
moving
it instead of
on.
moving on to the next one. They could keep that active. But I guess
Yeah.
they probably want to force you because they make more money by making you get
Yes.
into the new stuff.
I don't know
Yeah,
if
bringing
people-
new stuff to you.
There's no way too many people like that last one.
Well, and maybe
saw-
not, but I mean, like say when Alien is done, everybody loves it, and then they move on. They're gonna move on to something else. Maybe they hit it.
There
a
was
home
some
run,
okay aspects like the Raptors,
I
and they
saw
kept some
something
of the
about
things.
lava.
That was like
too.
way back.
Yeah, but I just was like
Oh.
some kind of article about the
You
lava.
can hunt animals in the primal one, so you could kill like wolves, a chicken, raptors,
A
and
chicken. Wolves and
like
raptor,
boars
chicken.
and frogs.
Mhm.
They kept, yeah,
Okay. Were
Yeah.
they big frogs?
All
the
right.
little bullfrogs. So like when you
Alright.
kill like when you kill a bullfrog, you get something, and you could make like with your arrows, you could make like a stinky bomb with the frog parts.
Oh no!
Yeah.
Call of Duty's blowing your face off.
Yeah.
Fortnite's putting a little stinky in your
Stinky
face.
bomb, hey, man.
It stinks in here. I'm
Somebody
gonna-
shoots a stinky bomb at you.
No, I don't want it
Yes.
on me, but yeah.
But they kept.
Be like,
I haven't seen
Linus.
raptors yet.
Yeah.
So I don't know if the raptors are on there. They were hard to find anyways on the last one. I
Were
only
they
ran-
Jurassic Park raptors? Were they licensed
they-
Jurassic Park?
No,
Oh,
but they were just like velociraptors. They ran around in like a pack of 3.
As much as I'm surprised they did not get the Jurassic Park license and have.
They probably
Blue
will.
from Jurassic World, you know what I mean?
Because Chris Pratt's character would be a good skin.
They've already blown it. Like he should have been in that pack. You know.
He should have been, but
Yeah.
he wasn't.
Anyway.
But you can
Just like Mars
you can
Attacks
kill the
Alien should have been in
animals.
there.
You can kill the animals still.
Or
Or they should be in the new one.
xenomorph alien.
Yeah,
'cause it
Predator.
see, they
was-
ha-
Predator.
They had
Exactly.
Predator.
Come on.
They've
They
done
did
that. They just did that 2
They
battle
should've
passes
done
back.
Xenomorph and
They did
Mars
the alien.
Attacks.
You could get a alien
That's a good
skin,
alien.
a Ripley skin, and then they had a Predator skin.
So technically, if you had that, you could still be using
You
it.
still get it, yeah. Like right now, I mean, I've still got all the Marvel ones that I unlocked. I bought Cable.
Yeah, but I'm too far out. I can't go back and get them.
You're
other
not too
ones.
far.
I'm
They-
too far out, Philip.
They'll bring them back sometimes.
It's not
You're
that
not too
pretty.
far.
Can I get a Predator? See, you had to think about it too much. I'm out. I'm out, Philip.
He
I'm
might
out.
be able to be gotten still, but I don't know.
Yeah.
But and you could go to the one spot. There was just like when he was in there was this like little fort thing, and it was a jungle in that fort, and that's where Predator would be at, and he would be in his camouflage thing.
Mhm.
He'd run up and attack you, and you could kill him, and you could get his crap. Like he could get his claw,
Yeah.
and you could use it in the game.
Could you get his shoulder cannon?
You couldn't get a shoulder cannon,
It's a missed
but you would get
opportunity.
his claw.
That's cool though.
And that's normally how it is if they have like a special character in the game. If you kill him, you normally get his weapon.
So it's not somebody being the Predator at that time. It's
No,
like
it's
that's
a-
a NPC.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
See,
Kind of hard to kill
never-
because he
he's
would
a
hit.
he's a freaking
he would
Predator.
hit
What do you
you,
expect?
and he'd be gone, and you're
Yeah.
walking
Kinda
around, and
camouflage.
then you could hear him. He'd make like a little noise when he was close, and then you could just see
Whatever it
like
is, that old-
see his movement,
Yeah.
and then he'd be on you again. I never killed him. I wouldn't go to that jungle.
He is the top of the food chain in the galaxy.
Did
Like,
they
what
let you
else
get
gonna do?
Arnold?
Ooh,
No,
that'd be
but I
good.
wish they would have. But see, I thought that was dumb because when they done Aliens, they let you get Ripley.
Yeah.
Or
But when
Carl?
when
whatever his name is.
You know, I'm gonna bet that Sigourney
My
Weaver's probably an
brother.
easier get than Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Yeah, probably. But what's Arnold got going on?
Yeah, why
Arnold's
not?
got a lot
Yeah.
going on.
Hey, look, more money. Why not?
I
you know.
Arnold's a busy man.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's still movie acting. Got his Arnold Classic going on that he
Yeah.
puts on.
Yeah.
He's vegan now.
Easy.
Yeah.
Well, that's lost a lot of respect for him.
Yeah.
Okay, you
There
could,
He
goes
had
the
all-
rest of them muscles.
He had all those heart problems from steroids.
Well,
He's had like 2 or 3 open heart surgeries.
I know.
He almost died one time from.
yeah, he's on borrowed time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's
He had a
what,
good run, though.
74.
Something like that.
Him
Yeah.
and Stallone both are in their 70s.
Yeah, I saw Stallone posting some workout photos this past week or whatever.
He still looked pretty good,
Yeah.
but his face just looks weird.
And yeah, it's like it almost doesn't look like he could have ever been the person he was when he was younger.
He looks nothing like Rocky.
Does his head not look twice as big as what it was when he was like in his 30s?
It does. Like it looks like something with Botox.
Yeah,
and
that's
some
what I'm
kind of
thinking.
injections
Yeah.
that went wrong.
Uh-huh.
He has none of
Because
the
they're not
same
smooth
structure.
or anything. He's like denty, but then also puffy.
Yeah,
I
he
know.
don't have the same facial
He
structure
don't.
that he
He
had.
probably got bad Botox.
He
got,
looks
He got botched.
Weird.
Yeah,
He'd
That's
be
what
on
he looks
episode
like.
of
Yeah.
Botched.
At least Arnold never got any of that crap.
Well, now
No.
only thing he can do is voice a CG shark.
And
In the Suicide
I
Squad.
mean, yeah, you don't want to see his face.
Shark is a
Arnold
Did you
still
see that
looks
Build a
like
Figure
Arnold.
Wave where the Build a Figure Wave is Fat King Shark? Like the McFarlane Suicide Squad figures, you build Fat King Shark.
Is he big? Like,
Yeah, compared to,
kinda
I mean, he's
bigger?
scaled with the figures.
okay,
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
kind of neat. I'm excited about that movie. Trailer looks good.
Yeah.
Did,
The Harley Quinn costume in it looks cool. Like,
did
it
you
actually
see
looks like a
the
Harley Quinn
Snake Eyes
costume.
trailer?
No, haven't.
Looks really good.
Yeah, I hope though. I mean,
Yeah.
man, if you can't get Snake Eyes right, you just need to quit making GI Joe movies.
And so, like in the trailer that I watched, they showed the Baroness
Yeah,
and Scarlet,
yeah,
and I'm pretty sure some of the other people were characters I just didn't know they were.
yeah.
But the trailer like started out, I guess he's like I don't know what he's doing, but he's in with bad people. It looked like.
Snake Eyes.
Yeah,
Hmm.
like, and then they bring him to kill somebody, to I guess show his allegiance, and
Yeah.
he can't kill the guy, so he starts beating up all the people, and then that guy helps him beat up all the people, and I guess that guy's the leader of that.
I bet he goes to assassinate the Arishikage or whatever, and they take him in.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
guy's the leader of that clan, and then they take him in.
The
It looks-
blind, what is it, blind master or whatever, or hard master or whatever. his
yeah,
name
hard
is?
master.
Hard
I think.
master.
It looks like he's probably the leader of that.
Yeah.
And he goes and does all the training.
Who was that? Who played the blind master in that GI Joe movie? It was it was one of the Wu-Tang Clan. I can't remember which one it was.
Is he blind?
And there is some version of the Arishikage or whatever the guy. I want to say the Hard Master is what keeps coming to mind.
Maybe this guy.
but I
isn't
think there
that
is
guy
a
then.
blind guy in the Arishikage.
Maybe he's going to be Storm Shadow.
I bet you a bunch of people are like,
Yeah, I'm
I know,
sure.
I know
Look,
what
I
you're
just
talking
saw a
about.
2-minute
You could hear
trailer.
me screaming at my computer, you'd know too.
But it
That's
looked
every
pretty good.
episode.
Yeah.
Looked pretty good.
Cool. That sounds good.
Gotta keep you on your
They're
toes,
doing
though.
the classified line or whatever. They're doing the highly articulated, accurate figures, and then last week they announced the core line, which is kind of like the cheaper kitty line that has all the gimmicks.
But it's going to be for the movie?
Yeah.
Movie
yeah,
figures?
based
I
on the
guess
movie
that comes
figures.
out this year.
Yeah, it's not too far off, I don't believe. So
It piqued my interest, and I don't care nothing about G.I. Joe.
I like the ninjas. Well, I like GI Joe fine, but I like Storm Shadow and Snake Eyes.
I
the
mean,
best.
they're the coolest ones.
Well, and Baroness. She's. I'm gonna buy anything Baroness.
Yeah.
So.
Well, they showed
Maybe
her in the
black.
trailer.
Yeah.
She's in it. Yeah, I know. Yeah, I've seen
She's
the
like
figures for it or
pointing,
whatever.
like her and Snake Eye, and I think she's got him. If I remember right, she's got a gun in his face or something like that.
yeah,
And it had to be Scarlet. I'm pretty sure.
Scarlett's in it. She's the
It was
other
some
female
blonde-haired
character.
chick.
Yeah. Scarlet should be redheaded. Hence her name.
Well, maybe it's Lady J then. Isn't she blonde haired? Who's blonde haired? There's a blonde haired G.I. Joe chick, ain't there?
And CoverGirl is, but as far as the main cast,
Baroness is black hair.
yeah.
It-
I
well,
think
Baroness
I'm
looked
pretty
like
sure
Baroness.
it's
Yeah, so Baroness
she
is
had
black-haired
she had the
glasses.
glasses. She
Yeah.
had the brown.
I
the
think
black
it's
hair.
Scarlet in the movie, so maybe she's just like a strawberry blonde or whatever.
Okay,
Who
and who knows? She
Maybe.
might have been redheaded. My memory just
She
sucks,
could
and
have
I'm
been
thinking she's
undercover.
blonde.
She could have been undercover.
Could be wearing a
wig.
wig. Could
Yeah.
be. Yeah, I've seen women. They wear wigs sometimes, change their hair, color their hair.
Yeah,
Every
It
now
can
and then.
happen.
Every now and
It
then.
can
it
happen.
looks good.
I seen her one time have blue hair.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I don't claim to know her, but so that's it for Fortnite, right?
That's it.
I mean, there'll be more to come.
Be more.
I had so Renee
Oh,
mentioned
they
she
did
had-
change the
okay,
way
here we
you
go.
get you.
There we go.
What you got?
The way you used to get your rewards on your battle pass, like you didn't have it, you couldn't pick which one you were gonna get,
Mhm.
and they've broke it down. Yeah.
Oh,
They've broke them down into like squares, like 1 through 10 levels. You can pick all these. Yeah, she's doing
That
it.
was
for
a
real.
legitimate
That was
one.
That's legit. Anyways, so like, if I want to get the V-Bucks right away, I can get the V-Bucks right away.
Okay.
Or if I want to get the skin, I can go ahead and get the skin. And if I don't want to get anything else in that little tier that they've got up there, I can just keep holding on to my.
You bank your points and use them whenever you want to.
Yeah.
They don't expire.
Yeah. But you got to level up to get to the next one.
Mhm.
And they go in increments of like levels of 10.
That's cool.
Yeah.
I could see the appeal. I'm just too far out. I'm too far
You're
out.
not too far
I'm
out.
too far out, Philip. We've
I'm
said
not
we've had
good
this
at shooter
discussion.
games.
I'm not good either.
So I
That's
play
that would
like
probably be
single
another
player
reason. Yeah.
quest
Well,
games.
that's. I mean, I haven't played Call of Duty, but I would.
I wouldn't be good at it
Oh,
either.
man,
I'm
I'm
not
sure
good at any of
that,
those.
not
My
Fallout,
nerves get to
Fortnite
me.
is easier to maneuver and play than Call of Duty.
If you're having fun with Fortnite, I can guarantee you it's easier because anytime I've ever ventured online with Call of Duty, it's a nightmare.
Yeah.
I want to play the Five Nights at Freddy's, but
Too scared.
Not really that, just like having to focus on things. It's hard for me to like quick action games. About the same reason I don't play the Resident Evils.
When it's stuck in your face on that Oculus, you ain't got no choice but
I
focusing on it.
know.
Probably easier though.
I play
I don't know about that. I don't think my heart could take it.
Have a heart
There ain't no
attack playing
escape
Oculus.
because you jump and
Yeah.
it's coming with you. You know, there ain't no
Yes.
getting away. But I
was
bet that would be
doing,
one that would be neat to try.
I was doing the tetherball the other day, and the ball swung around and came back at my face. And when I first had it on, it made me jump, and I hit myself in the face with the
You
controller.
smacked the
'Cause I
wand
went
in your
like this.
face, yeah.
The one hit me right in the cheek. I was
Yeah,
like, wait,
yeah,
man.
If there was a way, they need to put some kind of vibration
When you're getting close.
in the helmet or the face.
I thought they had some kind of
No,
warning.
that'd
That,
probably be even worse.
what do you mean? That,
Like if you're playing a boxing game. and somebody
oh, you mean
punches
as
you.
reactive to what's
Oh,
happening?
yeah, so
I thought
you're
you were
like-
saying something that warned you when you're getting out of your boundaries. They got
I know,
that.
They do
don't
got that,
Yeah,
but
yeah,
you know,
yeah.
if they
weird.
your brain, if they had something that would make you, sense an attack or feel an.
It's got to be coming, and that's just the next step. Because
Probably.
like on these racing games, you can buy this thing. I want to say it's called maybe D-Box is what it was called for movies or. Anyways, there's something like the chair that I bought. Like I've got a whole racing cockpit at home. It's got the chair, the racing chair, and it's got a mount for the wheel and the pedals and the floor and everything.
How often do you get in that bad boy?
Let me say, I'm deep on this thing. Like I bought the top of the line wheel and pedals and all. It's all metal. It's real steering wheels and stuff. I'm in deep on it. It's got a sheet over it right now because it's been a while since I played it. That's not the point. The point is, it has an arm that comes off the bottom of the seat, and you can buy this thing that the game's programmed into, and it's basically it's a rumble. Like it grabs hold of that arm, and when you're like going off the road or whatever, it shakes your
like
seat.
you're actually
So
doing-
I mean, they got all that, and the games are already programming that stuff in.
What console is this for?
PC, this is on PC.
PC.
Yeah, but I think there are some console games that maybe not that.
So you
There-
got
I'm
like
sure
a
there's some.
monitor that sits in
No,
front
I've
of
got a 40-something inch TV that I just park it in front of, and that's what I play my PC games on.
Okay.
It's
So
pretty
I
cool.
take it
Honestly,
you
it's
like
pretty
racing games.
Now that has always been my main, but now it's just like, God, sometimes I just want to sit in a chair and play a stupid game without getting strapped into this cockpit or whatever. I was hot with it for a while,
Like
but
it has
now
a
it has
seat
gotten-
belt and everything.
Nah, it doesn't. You could, but mine don't.
Oh,
No, I
God.
just said that. But,
Don't need no safety.
yeah, but it's like you got to run the cables to the computer.
And it's got pedals for gas and brake.
Yeah, I've just got gas and brake right now. You can buy the third
Stick
pedal.
shift.
Well, so I bought a separate sequential, like a metal sequential gear shifter, and so it's got the gears, but I hadn't went full on clutch yet. But
What are you waiting for?
it
Like when you're a
al-
kid,
it
you got your
honestly
phone,
it's
car.
seriously like in games like that in a racing game, you think it's like, oh gosh, just like driving a car, but when you don't have the G forces of like when I'm hitting the brakes, I'm slinging my body forward, and when I'm jerking the wheel left, my body's going right. When you don't have that as a reactive, the wheel does fight you, and it is pretty and that's one of the big things about I bought a Fanatec, which is like they make. You can get a lot more expensive ones than the one I bought, but it's like an actual belt drive inside the thing that's actually giving the force feedback. Like it'll take the wheel out of your hands if you
This
set
is
it up high
basically like
enough.
arcade cruising USA.
But
a little bit better.
But I've got where Cruising USA was like, "Brr, brr," and that's as far as it went. I've got 900 degrees of
Yeah.
rotation. Like it's a real car.
I've just
wheel.
never liked racing games.
Oh, that's always been my main. I started with Gran Turismo and then
I like
developed
Mario
into. Yeah, they're okay. I like the Sims. I like the full-on Sim stuff. Like, so I bought this thinking I was going to get into that. There's a PC game called iRacing, and they have leagues. Okay, here's the problem with PlayStation games. You get on Gran Turismo, even if you're playing multiplayer, everybody hammers to the first corner. And it's not like everybody's trying to stay off everybody. It's like, man, if I can get inside you and just grind around you, like that ain't the way racing is. Like real racing, they
Flip,
will
mess up
bump and touch
everything,
and
yeah.
stuff.
But you want to do it
But
risk
you're not
damage.
intentionally.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah,
Don't
right.
damage
Yeah,
your car.
exactly. In this, it ain't like that. Most of the time on the consoles, but iRacing, they actually monitor that stuff. So you pull that crap too much, and they will ground you. Like you can't play none of these races. So everybody's on their best behavior. And I've seen some people like it. It's as close, if you're not ever going to get a real ride as a race driver or whatever, it's as close as you can get. Like I've seen people, they're doing the hot laps and they're qualifying, and before they start, they're figuring what their gas consumption has been during qualifying to know that, okay, I'm going to be out for 15 laps, then in 15 laps I burned this much fuel, so put 33.2 gallons worth of fuel in the car because I don't want any more weight in the car than's absolutely necessary because
They
it's
take
tracking
it
all of that stuff.
Super serious.
It's so serious.
How come they hadn't figured out a way to right in where the damage is realistic, so you can't bump somebody. You know,
It
that your
is. It absolutely is. Like if you're in the front, and even if it's not your fault, somebody tags you in the back, and maybe you lose a spoiler, you're gonna lose cornering speed because your car is not stuck as good. So the it's not only what do you call it, the repercussions like of you getting grounded or whatever. It's also you can screw somebody else's car up and cost them the race just like you can in real life. Like it
I
doesn't
would be that
it doesn't
guy.
give you a pass just because it wasn't
You
your
get kicked out
fault.
soon.
I
You know,
have no
'cause-
desire to win.
yeah.
I just want to make you not win.
Right. I just
We
wanna, what
went-
is that? What's Arnold's line in Conan the Barbarian? He's like the lamentations of the women and all that. He's like, you know what I'm talking about?
We went to I don't remember where this was at, but there was like a NASCAR go-kart track.
Yeah.
And at the time when we went, I was young, and I was a little scared to go too fast.
No.
Yeah.
Phil was scared.
Probably Gulf
I
Shores
was.
or something.
It wasn't in Gulf Shores, but
Florida.
my mom got stuck behind me,
Mm.
and I was like, "Well, I know I'm not going to get last because I'm just going to do this
Oh,
and
no.
never let my mom
I would have
pass
put
me."
you into the wall.
If we called my mom right
Oh,
now and I brought that up, she's still to this day pissed off about that.
No, I'd have put you dip in just a little bit and get on that back corner and spin you around.
I was just like,
I love go-kart racing.
Now I do. I would
The corkscrew wooden tracks and everything. It's always at the beach. Like, I
Yeah.
love those.
like. I would like to go back to that NASCAR
Yeah.
thing because they were fast.
That's what you want.
They were fast go-karts.
Yeah.
You know, they used to have that in Huntsville, and it just didn't make it
Yeah,
very
I
long.
know. There used to be where Cracker Barrel is. There used to be a go-kart track right there on the Beltline. It was called Cartwheels. I'm pretty sure.
I think the one in
And it
Huntsville
was
was
a
like
little- it
fast
was
lane.
nice.
It was an inside go-kart
Oh
track.
yeah, this one was outside.
Yeah.
It was a nice little track, and I'm pretty sure they got into where they would hose the track down to, you know, so it was the slidey cars because it was finished concrete. All it took was
Yeah.
a little bit
Yeah.
of moisture,
Oh,
and you're
yeah.
sliding all over the place. But it just didn't make it. You know,
Well,
I think they had putt golf and go karts, and then they tore that down and built Cracker Barrel.
That thing, something like
Probably made
that,
more money than
will
sure.
will never be profitable
Nah,
unless it's in a tourist.
it's got to be in a tour. It's got to be where people are in a
Yeah.
frame of mind to blow stupid money on stupid
if you
stuff.
build something like
Yes.
that in North Alabama where ain't nobody
Nah.
coming to visit, you know, there's no tourist attract, no tourist
You got to be
need.
somewhere where somebody is thinking, I've got to make the most of every minute of these
Yeah.
24 hours I have
Yeah.
today.
Yeah, it just does
I used
not
to love going to
work.
play laser tag.
Yeah.
I used to love laser
Wasn't there a
tag.
big
I
one?
still love
Is,
laser
is
tag
there
now.
still a big one in Huntsville? Do they still do it? No, they used to. It was, what was it, Q Zone?
I don't know. I used to always play when we go to the beach though.
That's
Yeah.
when I would always play is when we go to the beach
Yeah.
because that's another thing. It's
It's
popular.
fun.
They
Mhm.
did
Well,
have
at nighttime
one.
too, you gotta have stuff to do at night. So,
Oh,
It-
yeah.
yeah.
Right.
because you gotta make most of all the hours.
Right, yeah. We're going
You're on
back.
vacation.
We're leaving
on
in 4
all the hours.
days.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we gotta do all the things.
Gotta do everything.
Yeah.
And that's like a good arcade would probably still survive at the beach.
They do. Like, I know there's,
yeah.
and that's where most of you, if you see a new arcade game, it's going to be in some tourist spot. That's the
Yeah.
only place that they can survive.
But you know, doing something
Sadly.
like that up here, it may be people just
They
it's
tried
just
it
not
in the
gonna-
mall.
I
It didn't
think
work.
that-
Then they tried putt in the
I don't
mall and it
know.
didn't work.
I think if there were games made, and I guess history has proven this is not the case, but I think we're at a point now to where if there actually were games that were different enough from the stuff I'm going to go home and play on my console, which is what killed. I think it's probably one of the big reasons that arcades died anyways. Like, why would I
Yeah,
pay
you play at your
25 cents?
house.
Yeah, if they would
Yeah.
make experiences that were exclusive, something I can't do at home
Yeah.
that I got to go to the arcade for, I still enjoy the environment of an arcade.
Some kind of like
Well,
VR. Somebody can have like
they
a VR
they do that.
interactive.
That's big
Yeah.
in Japan, and
Yeah.
I think that place in Huntsville tried that, but those machines are so expensive.
Oh yeah, I'm sure.
Standard arcades in Japan are still popular. Like they
Yeah.
like you get player
Claw
cards and stuff for like
machines, too,
yeah.
and stuff.
So like I'm playing Tekken 7 or whatever. Well, I've got a card that keeps track of my record and everything. So when I step up to play the game, I put this card in, and it's got my fight record. It's got you can even customize your character and stuff.
That's cool.
And I carry that around with me, so I'm just not walking up playing with vanilla whoever
Yeah.
or Ryu or whatever, you know, in Street Fighter or something. So it's still a big thing in Japan. They still have multi-level, but they're different people.
They
Like,
are.
I mean,
The only way you can make arcades work, outside of a tourist area, in my opinion, is doing it with like a bar.
yeah, Dave and Buster's.
Yeah.
They're still
Yeah.
popular.
Yeah.
You know,
If
that's-
we
Get
can
some
get,
drinks in 'em, they
we
play
can get
some
a little
games.
drunk
Yeah.
and I can eat
Yeah.
a little something. I can go here and play some games
Yeah.
and reminisce while I'm a little tipsy.
yeah.
I think that and they opened that
Yeah.
really nice looking one in Nashville. It looks awesome.
Oh,
Well, there's a
yeah.
Dave and Buster's in
Gosh, that
Nashville, and
looks-
it's
No,
It's
this
pretty-
place is
This is like a bar.
It's like
Oh,
a
yeah.
warehouse just full of gaming stuff. Like
You know, it's all like bright neon
Yeah.
lighting and
And then
stuff
food
in
and
there.
drinks.
Yeah.
You want to walk into the arcade from
fun.
trying. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I want to hear that music. I want to see those kind of games. The neon.
Yes.
You know, that's
And they have that. What is
crazy.
it? Pints and Pixels in Huntsville. I think it does well. It's been around for a
Oh, yeah.
while. I've never been to it, but I think that's the only way something like that's going to work.
Maybe so.
Yeah.
But having like a monthly
Give the
membership
adults that have the money, so not the kids going to their
where
parents
I have
for
an
the
arcade
monies.
and you come and play at my arcade,
Yeah.
that's dead around here.
But
It's just
I
not
enjoy
gonna
it.
work.
When I was a kid, you know, when school was out, I remember maybe it may have happened more than once, but I remember one time vividly where we had Pocket Change was the name of the arcade in the Decatur Mall, and it started out as a big one, and then it got cut in half, and then it went away or whatever. But when it was still big or whatever, I can remember getting out of school one year, and Mom always got us something when we finished a year of school, just one of them things you do. And she was like, she gave each of us a $20 roll of quarters or whatever, and just took us pocket change and just dumped us. Like, and I think she actually sat outside and read a book or something, but we just went there and blew $20, which goes pretty fast in arcades.
Oh,
but
yeah.
but still, you know, having $20 at the age we were at that time to
Felt
just
like a
play.
millionaire.
Oh
That's a lot
man,
of
it's like, yeah,
quarters.
we're gonna be here all night, man. Like 20 minutes later, you got any more? But
I remember when they had
still
that
enjoy it.
blacklight putt-putt golf in the mall.
Yeah, oh yeah, that was we did that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
They didn't
and
make
it's
it very
just one of them
long.
stupid things.
Yeah.
It's
There
just something
wasn't-
to do.
Well, because there's nothing to do in
That's
Decatur.
right. There's nothing
Well,
to do.
live in
Besides come to
Boaz.
nostalgia.
Yeah, oh no, I wouldn't wish that on my worst enemy.
Yeah, there was.
Well, back before the...
Well, when you had the malls, but there
yeah,
wasn't no
the outlets.
arcades. There wasn't nothing
No.
like that.
Yeah.
Y'all had to
The-
go to Huntsville.
There was one place in Gunnersville that was a putt golf, and they had an arcade, but I mean it's
About
like the
3
size of this
machines.
room
Yeah.
with
we,
like maybe
we had some
10
pretty,
machines.
do you remember Gulf Shores?
Mhm.
We had a pretty neat near. So they had two golf.
it
They had
still
two.
there?
I think so. I don't know.
I know the skate castle shut down.
I think Gulf Shores might be gone. I'm not sure, but anyway,
Is
they
that
had,
off the Beltline?
Yes, it's right across the street from Burger King.
The sign for the longest still used to be there, but I
Yeah.
don't know if it still
Well,
is.
you should still be able
But
to
you can
see it
get ice
because
cream.
they had a mountain out back that you played, and then that had like an
A little,
airplane crashed into
yeah,
or
and then the
something.
waterfall
And
or
then they had
something.
a pirate ship. So
Yep.
it was two separate courses,
you
18
go
hole
this way or
mini
you go this
right.
way.
You chose which one you
9
wanted
or
to play to
18.
begin.
It might not
and-
be there anymore, but I
It
remember
might
when I
not.
first
I don't
moved
know.
moved up here, I remember seeing that sign.
Yeah.
Oh, well, this time was there
It-
forever.
I have played within the
I'll have to
last
Google it.
3 or 4 years. Now, that's not to say it's not gone now.
Oh, then it
but
could still be
It
there.
could still be there,
I
but
know-
I have played
I know
it
the
in-
sign. I'm pretty sure the sign's still
It
there.
probably. The building's probably there because I don't
Because
remember.
it's right down by the
It's-
Chevron.
It's exactly behind that Chevron.
Yeah.
So it's not property that somebody's building up to use for something else. So I imagine it's probably
It
there.
could still be there. But that's
see.
another one. They try putt-putts everywhere.
It turns it over to Gulf Shores.
But if
No
you're-
golf.
Yeah, it's like nobody would be typing in Gulf Shores, idiot.
Yeah.
Let me go ahead and fix that for you.
Show results for Gulf
I love how
Shores.
they
Show
think they
Gulf
know.
Shores. Yeah.
Yeah, like take
No,
that
they
algorithm.
closed. They're
Got
closed.
closed.
Permanently closed.
Ah, well, had a good run. I played there a
It did.
bunch. It was pretty neat.
Sometimes
Hey.
we just go there and get the ice cream.
Yeah.
Everything has
And
its
they had
That's
some,
the
time.
only place you get the
they
ice
had some
cream.
arcade games in there too.
Yeah, they
They
did.
had a few. Yeah.
You
But
know,
I
That's
liked
the
it.
only place you can get ice cream.
But it's not one of
out
them things
here.
I'm going every week.
No.
You know, well, I guess there
You
at the
couldn't
end
fit
we
that many people in there either. That's a
yeah,
bad
you'd be
thing.
back
You'd
on top of
standing
each
there
other.
waiting.
Yeah. Gatlinburg's where you go if you want to play putt-putt
Yeah,
golf.
you go to a place like that.
Yeah.
Everything has its time.
Yeah,
and,
Oh,
it does.
yeah.
It does.
You know,
But there's also that mini golf over there by the skate castles. The other one I was talking about. That I don't know if still in business.
I don't think it is. I could be wrong, but I don't think it is.
I can't remember the name.
I'm sure there's a lot of people that became multi-millionaires off putt-putt golf
yeah.
fences.
Oh, I'm sure it was a booming
laser
thing.
tags,
same
and
place- same as
arcades.
people for- So that was
Depends how much
we're
they had to
talking-
pay for them balls.
We're
'cause
talking
sometimes
about
you just tee
games.
off on them
Here a
balls.
few years ago, yeah, right. Here a few years ago, actually, you know, I think my daughter just told me that they play putt-putt because they was like if you sunk a hole in one on the last one, you got
Yeah,
$50 or
18.
something.
Oh, sometimes you get a free game.
No,
or a
yeah,
free
this was a cash
something.
prize
I
or
that
whatever.
cash prize. Like,
Well,
I
me
want to
too.
play this
Yeah,
again.
like, take
I
your 50
barely
bucks.
made it through these holes.
Yeah, I got drug into these.
Yeah, I've always just like putt-putt, like the first
I like it
3
all right.
holes.
Yeah, it's
Yeah, and then after that, I'm just like, let's leave.
honestly a putt-putt in a video game is probably
I
more
tried trick
interesting.
shots.
You know? Yeah,
But like, let me try to bank it
well,
off this
eventually it
and
gets
that
to like
and
who's
that.
gonna smack this ball the hardest. You know,
and
you know?
it go doot doot doot.
Yeah. And there were water spots at the Gulf Shores, like there were little streams running through the course. So
Yeah.
like you lose some balls.
I'm basically like Happy Gilmore
I
when
feel
you
like
play
there was the one
putt-putt
at
golf.
Gulf
Yeah.
Shores where it had like the multi-level pirate ship, and you would like go up here and hit it down, and it would come down, then you got to go down all the way down the
Man,
stairs.
they built
like
some
this.
big ones in the
did.
tourist places. There's some
Oh, there's some
extravagant
impressive
putt-putt
ones
They
in
really
the,
are.
in the
Yeah.
touristy places.
So I was talking about video games. There was a game that came out a few years ago called Arcade Craft. And it was kind of like one of these semi games or whatever. You start out in I think it actually starts in the year 1980. and you're going to open up an arcade. And so it's like you get a loan from the bank because you ain't got no money. So you take a loan from the bank.
Real life.
Yeah, really. I mean, it is. That's what they're trying to
Yeah.
do. And so
That's
you,
like
you
Job
get your
Simulator.
you get your first game or whatever, and you put it in. You start making money like people. And as you make money, you get more games, and you get notifications that like, oh, there's a new game from. And they made up these fake companies that kind of. They probably the games absolutely mirror real world games. Like there's
Yeah.
a Pac-Man facsimile and there's a Miss Pac-Man facsimile and all those games, like all the old classic games. There's a version of them in there, so you'll get notifications when a new game's available, and you get it. And like they're even like it was even critical of like you don't in arcade you always saw the backs of machines either face the walls or they
or
face
each
each
other.
other. Like you never see an exposed back. Like the game actually you wouldn't make as much money off a game if it had the back exposed to it. It was kind of like little stuff like it was really like a love letter to arcade owners, I guess. Like, but anyways, it was real interesting. But apparently, it got to the point where like 3 years in, you had it clocked, and it's like, well, I'm just sitting here letting the thing run now. I've done everything. It was a cool idea. It's just like they went so far and it couldn't go any further. And maybe that's the problem with arcades altogether. Like,
Yeah.
you
Well,
do
you
your
are-
thing
what
for
can
a
you do?
while.
You are
and
going
then-
to cap off. I mean, it's like the restaurant business.
Yeah.
You can only make as much money as you have seating.
Right. Right.
And if you had the whole thing packed out every night, you know exactly how much money you're going to make, unless you get a bump from alcohol sales. But
So that's what. So this game, the bumps it would throw in the road was like, machines would break, so you'd have to fix them. So that was one place you were spending your money. There would be like you might have a roughhouser in there, and you'd catch him kicking the machine or whatever. And if he did that long enough, it would break, so you'd have to fix the machine. But then also it would be like stuff like a guy would come up to the counter and he'd be like, I'm this world famous video game player. I want to try to beat the top scorer on your machine. Well, so if you agreed to do it, you weren't making any money off of that machine the whole time he's playing it, but the machine came super popular if he beat the top scorer. So it's kind of like the
A
Sim
trade-off,
sort of.
yeah.
It was a simulation of
yeah.
it. But anyways, it's making all the noises that a classic arcade made and playing the music and all this kind of stuff. It was really neat. If it would have been a bigger game that went a little deeper or whatever, it would have been really cool. But I never played it. But everything I saw about it was like
I thought you, by the way you talked, I thought you.
Oh no, I've
I
watched.
thought you done built an arcade.
Yeah, I was like,
Yeah, I thought you 3 years you built the world's
Well,
best arcade.
that was the thing. This guy that was playing it, I was watching his video of him playing it, and he was like, "I really like what this is doing." He's like, "But I've kind of got it figured out." It's like it's just running on.
Do nothing but just
It's
check
running
in
on free
every
play.
day.
Right.
The guy who invented Atari, that's how he got started. In college, he bought an arcade machine and was like,
Yeah.
Set it up, made
Fix
money,
them out,
Hmm.
yep.
started more, and then boom, we got Atari.
And
Cool.
then boom, there went Atari.
Yeah,
but
well,
hey.
but they laid a lot of tracks.
And
They did.
he ain't hurting for money.
Nah.
So,
Yeah, he sold it. It became somebody else's problem. For
it
sure.
did, and he
Yeah.
cashed out, and he's probably.
But you got to think,
said plenty.
would Nintendo be as big a thing today without Atari? Before
No,
it,
it wouldn't have been.
I don't think so.
Wouldn't have. You got to have the
It got-
groundbreaker, the pioneer.
Right.
He broke the ground as to getting in your house with a system.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you got to have those people.
Yeah.
Without them, you never go forward. You don't have PlayStation. You
And
don't have anything you have
hey,
now.
the old, regardless of what Nintendo or Atari did, even the home system, like it almost died, y'all. Like it was, it was on
and
the
it
brink.
will die. There will be something that takes its place. It's inevitable. You had the arcades were the gaming thing. Home
Well, yeah,
consoles took their
you're
place.
right. You're starting to see a less like it used to. Like remember what it was like going from PlayStation 1 to PlayStation 2. It's like this ain't even the same thing. Like we're living.
Yeah.
This is the future. And then going from PlayStation 2 to PlayStation 3, it's like, oh my gosh, I didn't think it could even do this.
It's
Like y'all quit right now. These people are real. They got real people living in on the TV.
Yep.
And then PlayStation 4 comes out, and it's like, oh my gosh. Like,
Look at the graphics.
now it's starting to slow down. It's starting to be like a PlayStation 5.
They've hit
What
that
from what
peak.
I've seen, it's like, yeah, it's great.
Yeah.
It's great and everything. But it's like it's
VR
not
is
as big
definitely
of
the
a-
next
right.
big
That's-
thing.
that'll-
Being fully immersed, like people
But
having theater VR rooms.
it could be, but you got to think what the stuff they're doing with VR right now can't last. It's eventually got to get bigger. It's got to get to where I'm playing Skyrim in VR, not I'm playing boxing or I'm playing
Yeah.
something where I'm rooted.
Yeah.
It's got to get to where I'm actually walking around in this full open world.
Like Ready Player One.
Exactly,
Yeah.
exactly. That's if it's got to get there.
Get those little
eventually.
treadmills that you
That's
walk
what
on,
I'm
so it's
waiting
like you're
on.
actually
Yeah.
walking.
Yeah.
and all
that thing
Yeah.
where you can spin and turn.
Yeah.
It will get there.
It will. I
Gyro.
fully believe it will.
Yeah.
Can't remember what those.
I mean,
called.
what is
Gyro
that?
Something. The
I know what you're talking about. The other
like that you
thing.
get in at Space Camp.
Oh yeah, the
that's-
6-axis thingy,
Yeah,
spinny
so like
thingy.
if you
yeah,
fall,
yeah.
and you
Right,
literally
right.
flip and
Yeah,
fall.
right.
They
all
already
back.
have something similar to that because we saw it on Shark Tank. That thing that guy made that you can it's something for VR. I don't remember what. None of the sharks bid on it, but it was basically like the Ready Player One thing.
Yeah.
So they've got the mechanisms.
be
They just got to get
running
the
and all that
technology.
thing.
Yeah.
But I forget what that law of technology is, where it doubles itself every 2 years.
It's like a exponential growth.
Yeah,
yeah.
so
It's
like,
it's an exponential curve that like it skyrockets. At
Yeah,
some, it's
and
basically going straight up at some
and then
point.
like every 2
and
years.
we're in it. Like I mean,
Oh,
if you
yeah,
think about the
yeah.
technology, I think about. I watch a lot of video games of people playing. I mean, I watch videos of people playing video games, and I was watching this old role playing game. You ever heard of Baldur's Gate? It's based on the actual like real Dungeons and Dragons rule set. It's a video game. And, the video I was watching, they were playing Baldur's Gate 2. And if you look at it, it's like, man, this is an ancient game. What are these guys playing? And then he says, like, this game was made in 2000. I graduated high school in 2000. So to me, it's like,
gosh.
that was last week. You know,
Yeah.
he's playing a game come out last week. And
But
it's
I
like,
just said it was ancient.
Right. And exactly. And then I'm thinking, it's like, no, wait, that was 21 years ago. It's like, maybe, it's fuzzy. To me, in 2000, games basically look like they look on the PlayStation 4, thereabouts. That's not the case.
No.
Like,
I
know?
can remember when the DVD versions of Seen It came out.
Yeah.
And you'd put that, and you were interacting with that on there, and you were like,
Yeah.
"Oh my god, this is
It's the
great!" Because
future.
it's like, golly, yeah.
This week, next week we're flying cars.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah, when's that coming?
But also
Never.
too, like
You
we
can't
got
trust people to
in-
drive a car on the ground. You want them flying
exactly.
it through the air.
Yeah, that crash and kill
I
everybody
think
on the
eventually
ground.
we will get to a point where there is some mass transit
100 years
that
from
will.
now.
I feel like there will be something
I
similar
think
to.
it'll be like speed rails.
Oh yeah, that.
The
Well, now
monorails and stuff.
eventually they will
You know,
get cars where
Elon-
they can do that.
Elon's
Like-
already said the thing with a flying car is, he says, think how loud a helicopter is.
Right.
Oh yeah.
And all the
You better hear
effect
nothing.
of a
Right.
helicopter.
You-
the,
now
the
multiply
wind
that
that it
six-
pushes
right.
off.
Yeah.
You couldn't do it. It's
Plus all the
There's
air
not a
pollution,
way
too.
currently to ever
No,
get
make it
around
quiet.
propulsion or whatever it is.
now if they can get electronic technology, which is if they can ever get battery technology to where the engines are quieter, we have so much
Stealth mode.
exactly. We have so much auto, just like your drones or whatever, where they're auto leveling now. Like they basically fly
Yeah,
themselves.
but
You're
have
just
you-
giving them a
have you ever
direction.
flown a drone?
I mean, I've
Man,
seen it.
they
Have
are
you ever seen how loud
testy.
they are?
Oh yeah, and they take.
I know. But let me tell you about this little fella. His name was
Speaking of
Osama
which,
bin
we need to get
Laden.
ours.
And-
What'd he do?
He got some helicopters landed up on him. What he didn't know was coming.
That's called stealth mode.
Exactly.
He knew they
That's
were
a
coming.
$1 million helicopters.
Did you watch Zero Dark 30?
I didn't, but I
Not
know
yet.
the
I need to
story,
write that down.
and I know that he
Write
knew
that
they
down.
were coming, but he was already trapped inside a little. He was trapped.
Those
He was in his
helicopters are in that
Durka hole.
Yeah, right. Those helicopters is in that movie.
Yeah,
You gotta watch it. It's awesome.
but
They crashed one of those helicopters on the wall of his
so much
compound
money.
and had to blow it because we can't leave this technology. Did you know that? In their raid, something happened, and I think they came down and the tail of the helicopter hit the wall of the compound. They had to blow one
so
in the
are
compound.
these quiet helicopters?
Yeah, they have some
make-
sort of noise canceling. Like it's
got
not
stealth
completely
mode, man.
silent, but they have noise canceling blades. There's
Yeah.
some technology where the sound is buffeted back by another blade. That's something I don't know what it is.
Yeah.
It's secret.
don't
I
work
couldn't
for
tell
NASA.
you. I kill you if I told
Yeah.
you.
Yeah.
And I don't want to do
Please
that.
don't
We
do
want
that.
the
I
government
don't wanna do
coming after us.
that. Exactly. They
They're
don't
gonna
want
have
to know
to
we know
get
too much.
another crashed
Chris
UFO.
Pratt. Chris Pratt's in that movie. He probably knows about the quiet helicopters.
He
So
may.
you can ask him.
Well, I should talk to him next week.
So watch Zero Dark 30. That's your
Yeah.
homework for next week.
But what I was
good.
going to say about the
It's long, though.
thing with watching the
Ugh.
stuff is we got in a wrestling game
What was
over
it?
there, and it is interacting with your VCR.
Oh my god.
And so you would put the cassette in your VCR
Oh,
and
man.
hit the stop and then
Fast
go along
forward
with
to
it.
such and such
yeah.
time.
Yeah,
There's
and
There's
all
a
that
whole
kind of stuff.
line of toys.
Yeah,
Captain Power.
they used to
Yeah.
come with the VHS
You put
tape.
that
Yeah.
VH and the toys interacting
What was
with
it?
Captain Power.
Captain Power.
Captain Power.
Yeah, the whole
Yeah, it has like a
premise
little laser thing
Yeah.
and
of the
shoots.
toy was that it interact.
Yeah.
It was an interactive toy.
That's
You know.
the
Well, see, that's what they thought was going to be the
90s,
big
late
those
80s,
those
early 90s.
FMV
80s,
games
like
like
85.
Laserdisc games, like they thought that was going to be the future. Like the way we're talking about VR, they thought that was the future. It's like it's real people and you're telling them what to do, and
Yep.
it's really just like
Kinda
they're
like
just
Windows
filming
Vista.
No, it's more like choose your own adventure books. You
I
know, it's
love
like
those books.
if you
Flip to
fought the
page
dragon, flip to
72.
page 72. That's basically
Yeah.
all those FMV games
Yeah.
were. Like,
And who
yeah.
knows what the future may be?
We don't know. But it's
I
going to be some
assume-
variation of what we already got, just the
Matrix.
next step.
Yeah, I mean,
That's what I'm
I'm
hoping
leaning.
for.
I know, right?
Eventually,
Matrix,
I
I would
want
just lay in the
Eventually,
bed.
I want to be laying in a chair.
You want that?
You plug that needle in the back of my skull where I've got a permanent port.
Yeah.
Yep,
It could
that's what I
already be
want.
there.
Just feed
Could
me.
be.
You know, there's that whole theory that we live in a simulation.
It could be. Should I
I would
take
think
my
not,
knife
though,
out and dig
'cause-
in the back of my head to
Well,
see?
you're still gonna die.
Well, I would like to think that if I was in a simulation, I could be like, "This is how I want to look," and I would look like that.
Yeah.
I don't.
Well,
So
they-
I'm gonna say
that's how I'm gonna go against it.
if that's what's happening, it ain't working.
I know,
Well,
right?
Because I've been thinking.
Look at the Matrix. How many people could actually do that? There wasn't many.
They
Neo
didn't
was
know.
really the
But
only
they
one.
didn't know that they were
they
in
had
the
to
Matrix,
free
though.
their mind. If
Yeah.
you gave me the opportunity,
Yeah.
I could have
But
done
in
it.
all
I know,
reality,
right? I'm telling you right now,
if they
Yeah.
had some
Maybe
kind of
skin.
high tech simulation, would you hook up to it and live the rest of your life in this simulated world?
Not live my life, but if I could come and go as I wanted to, I don't see why
You can't
not.
come and go. You're stuck there.
Then yes.
You would do it.
No.
Yeah.
Because I got a family.
would
and
live in the
stuff. Like, I
goo.
mean,
Well, you could be like on American Dad. You can bring your family.
You can't
You
bring
go in the
family.
goo on vacation.
Or what is that Arnold movie?
Total Recall.
Yeah, where they have those. You can go that little.
Well, that went bad for him. He had a what was it? A schizoid embolism.
Yeah,
Or
where
they
he-
told him it did.
Yeah.
Oh, his eyes.
Well, no, that's because he got sucked out in the non-atmosphere of Mars.
Yeah.
I love that. That is
That
some
makes
of
me
the
think
best.
about
that
the
Paul
Super
Verhoeven
Mario
man.
Brothers movie
Oh,
too.
my
Where they got
gosh.
sucked out. Kind of
I love those physical effects. Those practical effects from Total Recall is the main one where the main bad guy, he gets blowed up or whatever. Basically. You know, Arnold and his girlfriend, they get sucked outside, and his eyeballs become balloons and come out, and then they go back in, and he's like nothing happened.
Yeah.
You know, like you're dead after that, buddy. It's
Or at least
You want
not
me
able to
yeah,
see.
floppy
Yeah.
eyes.
that's
back
what.
over.
Yeah, he would have old saggy eyes.
Yeah, I
He'd-
mean,
he'd be wearing glasses, hold his eyeballs in.
that's a good Arnold movie, though.
It is. I love Total Recall. That's a pretty good remake. It's nowhere near like the first one, but the remake with Colin Farrell it's pretty good.
Eh,
I
it was
liked
okay.
all right. Yeah, I liked it all right.
You can't replace
What's he
Arnold.
been up to?
Yeah, that's a good point.
Probably.
He's hilarious in Horrible Bosses when he played. You watch the first
We haven't
Horrible
seen
Bosses?
those
Oh
yet.
my God, they're great. They're great.
They
They're
seem pretty
great.
funny.
They're pretty funny. Well, Colin Farrell plays like a coke head, like they've got him in a bald cap with a comb over, and he's like got a pot belly and everything, and he's like a coke head heir to his father's successful
That's
business or
hilarious.
whatever.
So he looks like what's the crazy guy jumps on the couch, Oprah's couch.
Tom Cruise.
Tom
Yeah,
Cruise.
yeah. What's it, Tom Cruise? He's in that fat suit.
That's what.
with
Yeah,
his
yeah,
coat.
That's yep.
In
We're
his
right on
cat
top
or
of that. Yeah,
something.
yeah, yeah.
Sausage
He's not
fingers.
quite as stocky as he
What
is,
movie
but
was that?
Tropic Thunder.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. God, it's a great movie.
Tropic
How
Thunder.
okay, in the world we live in, how could Robert Downey Jr. do a full movie in complete head to toe blackface and there was no
It was
backlash
before
from
it.
it? But it's like that. It must have been the next day the letters started rolling in because we're on a pretty close timeline there. I think it's more power to you, Robert Downey. There is nothing you could have done in that movie funnier than Lincoln, whatever his name was. That was the
I'm the
best.
guy.
It was.
I'm the
I'm the
dude
dude
playing
playing
the
the dude playing another dude.
The thing was,
He-
at that
oh my
time,
gosh.
nobody told all these snowflakes that
That's
they
what I'm
needed to
saying.
get outraged.
That's what I'm saying.
And now they've been
'Cause it was
told to
called
be outraged.
comedy.
But I
They don't
can't believe
understand
that there has
comedy.
not been. I've never seen the article. Surely he's been asked, but I've never seen the articles like, "What were you thinking doing that movie, playing an African American?" You know, I've
I
never
thought
heard
it was
anybody ask him
hilarious.
that question because it's perfect. He could not
Well,
have
you know, they
done
tried
it
to have
any
it
better.
canceled and moved
When?
and all that. You don't remember with the whole cancel culture thing? They were making a big stink about that.
About Tropic Thunder?
Yeah.
I've never
I
heard
never
anything
heard
about
that. No, I never.
But I like it when he
Yes.
goes when he says something about you people and that other guy
Yeah,
was
what
like,
do you mean,
"What do
you
you mean,
people?
you
Yeah,
people?"
yeah. I like he said. He's like me. What's that guy's name?
something booty juice.
Yeah, but that's his name.
Booty sweat?
What was it? No, that was the name of his juice. What was it? Al Pacino. He's like, me and Al's already wearing Mama Nature's camouflage. He tells him something like, "You better cool it down," or whatever. He calls him something.
Yeah.
Oh, it's great, man. That's the
It's a
best
good
part of that.
movie.
I love that movie.
Would never
It's
even
so
guess it's
funny.
Robert Downey Jr.
No,
No.
he pulls it off.
He's a good actor.
Perfect. Oh, it's so good. And then when
baby
he
blue
and then when he
eyes.
finally breaks out of it and he's doing that and he's got his blue eyes and he's doing an Australian voice and he's just as funny in that. Or when
His
he's
blonde hair.
it shows him like he's like he's like Colin Farrell or whatever. It shows him like buck naked standing on the balcony peeing off the balcony on people and just drinking and stuff like. Man, Robert Downey Jr. He broke too late. I mean, I know he had his bubble when in the '80s or whatever, and then he went off the rails or whatever. But like, Man, y'all better get to using him. He ain't gonna be with us forever.
They do. Well, it seems like him and his wife are doing that Sweet Tooth movie.
Yeah.
So
Except for Dr. Doolittle.
And
Yes.
the
garbage.
Sherlock movies are good though.
Oh, I
the
love
Sherlock
those.
Holmes movies
now
are
I
really
keep
good.
waiting for a third one.
I think
know.
I think it's in the plan. I think it's
Well,
supposed
the question
to be coming.
is, who's going to get to come out with it? Are they going to come out with it, or are they going to get Benedict Cumberbatch come out with
Yeah,
it?
that's a good
There's so many
point.
Sherlock Holmes.
Yeah.
Well, that was a TV show.
But people liked
was
it.
too.
I've seen the beginning of it. It's
They're
pretty,
coming out
it's
with
pretty
another
decent.
Enola Holmes.
I couldn't get into it,
Man, I didn't.
but I
didn't
love
get
the,
into
the
nothing.
Downey Jr.
Oh, they're
Sherlock
great.
Holmes.
And
They're-
Jude Law is
Yeah.
oh man, they're perfect. Those are two
They're
good, two really good
great.
movies too.
Yeah.
And the guy playing whatever his bad guy name is. What's the other?
Oh, the guy who plays all the bad guys, that British guy, who's also
Yeah.
the guy in Kingsman,
That's one of my favorite movies.
but he's not a bad guy in Kingsman.
Moriarty. Yeah, Professor Moriarty.
Yeah,
Yeah, I don't know what his name is, but that
Yeah.
guy's good at it.
Yeah.
like
He
he
plays all the
like,
good bad
like when they,
guys.
like I love how Robert Downey Jr. is like he tells what the fight's going to be before it happens, and then he's like, I can play this game too, and Moriarty's telling him the same thing because he's like a boxing champion from the college he's from. Like, God, it's a good movie.
it
The
is
second
good.
one, I like them both.
I've
the
watched
second
them
one.
multiple times.
Oh, me too.
Yeah, I've seen 'em a bunch of
yeah,
times.
it's really good.
But-
All right, we were all talking about video games.
We were,
Renee
we
has
were.
played something this week, and she didn't tell us what it was. What was
Oh, well,
Mm.
it's Yoshi's Crafted World.
it? I've watched videos of that. It looked pretty neat.
It's okay.
Yeah.
I mean, it's okay. It's basically like you took Super Mario Bros. And made it, which you can play 2-player on it, but I got Switch Lite, so I can't play 2-player. But it's basically like that, except for it's so much easier. A lot
Yeah, I think
easier.
it's aimed at a younger audience. Isn't
It
there a
is.
bunch of jumping in and into the foreground and background and stuff? Like the levels are multiple
So-
depths or something?
Well, it'll do this thing where like you have to collect these like daisies,
Yeah.
and you'll like hit a thing and it'll flip backwards to the world
Maybe that's
for you
what I
to collect
saw.
them. And then they've got this certain levels on it now too, where when you get to the end, these they're called Poochie Pups, the little like yarn dogs.
Is that the things that follow you?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah,
So
yeah. You get like a
can
train
go
of them following you,
backwards
right?
with it and play through it and like rescue like 3 of them, but they don't like actually like go on with you like if you're in Mario and you got a Yoshi, how Yoshi would go you to the next world, so they
Right.
don't go you to the next worlds.
Everything
But
I
you
heard
ride
was
'em?
no.
Yeah, you ride on the
Oh,
Poochie
do you?
Pups.
Okay. What did I not see a portion, some part of the game where you were collecting stuff and you would have like a train of things following
Oh,
you.
that's your Yoshi egg. So
That's
you can
what it
throw 'em
was.
at
That's what it
stuff.
was. That's what it was.
Yeah.
So yeah, everything I saw was like, yeah,
You,
this
like, eat the
game
little
aims a little young,
Things. It is.
but it's the art style is what it looks like. It all looks like if you were making a video game out of yarn, arts and crafts or
Yeah.
whatever.
Yeah,
Everything
this one's like
in it
paper,
looks
like
that.
3D paper, like
Yeah.
origami, basically.
It looks really
It
neat.
is.
One of
And
the
you've got
more
that big giant amiibo.
I don't have any more.
Do
I
you not
sold
sell it?
We sold
It was
those.
it was really yarn, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was
I've
cool.
got the
We got the
little
BBs.
ones,
Yeah.
but the big one's the expensive one.
Yeah.
It's well over $100.
Really was it?
And by the
Yeah,
way, if you're
it looked
listening to
cool.
this, and if you have some amiibos to sell, we're looking to buy some amiibos right now too. So hit us up if you got those sitting around that you don't want.
We need an amiibo collection.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
We've got like 5 left.
I know we've got.
People are hot for them
They are
because
well, they were-
Nintendo does not make enough
No,
memorabilia
they
of their
don't.
properties.
Well, the thing with amiibos is they were like
They make them and they don't make
Best
them
Buy
no
would
more.
only
Yeah.
get these
Yeah.
this set of
All the
amiibos.
exclusives.
Yeah.
They were
that
huge
crap.
on the exclusive.
all right,
things.
all right.
I mean, nobody
Toy-
wanted them when they were coming out.
Toy industry, we need to talk.
I know, right?
Yeah, quit.
Get over your exclusives.
That's stupid.
I don't want to pay $120 for a G.I. Joe classified Beachhead because I never saw it at Target.
Yeah.
I don't want to pay $125 for a Cobra Viper because they never had it at Target. We've had this discussion.
I know.
I think
right?
we've had it more than once.
I know.
And I'm
Well,
about tired of
everybody
it.
complains about it.
Nobody likes
I
it.
do have a new game to take home though to play.
What
and it's
are we
that was
looking
that
at?
Resident Evil collection.
Yeah,
Yeah,
what-
for the Switch.
The Resident
So
Evil
what has
collection
it
for the
got,
Switch came
though?
in. There's 2 Resident Evil games on it. I'm not sure which ones because it just came in yesterday.
Today.
No, it was
No,
yesterday. It
yesterday.
was yesterday, but I just saw
Oh,
it today.
You're there
so.
yawning like
I'm
a
just going to go to
madman.
sleep. I'm taking a little
Yeah,
nap over here. Y'all let me know when you get done.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I'm gonna take it home and play it.
That sounds cool.
I really want to play the Five Nights at Freddy's.
For
no one's brought it in yet,
Oh, for
Switch.
Switch, they got it.
I wanna
is it
try
a
it for
collection?
Oculus,
yeah,
but
I don't know if I could take that.
I don't know.
I don't know
It
if
looks
I could.
pretty intense.
I'll be honest with you, Resident Evil gets pretty close for me. I'm not sure I'd want to do that. I don't
Resident
play
Evil
those
is
games.
jumpy.
They-
But that Five Nights at Freddy game just looks dumb to me.
I guarantee you, if you'd be playing it, you wouldn't be saying it looked
Yeah,
dumb.
looks
especially
I mean,
if you cut all the lights off.
Yeah.
You know, you're in the dark and playing.
Well, the
Which
videos
would be in the dark
I've
anyways,
never
but-
played it. No interest in playing it. But the videos that I've watched of it, it is. When I saw it originally, I was like, "What is?" It thought it was just one of them stupid fad things that kids do or whatever. But it looks pretty interesting. It's pretty neat looking. It was a clever premise that somebody made a game of.
I wish somebody would actually
a lot of
open
money.
up a restaurant like that.
Oh man,
Like the demented
Like,
Chuck E. Cheese.
God, that'd be a good idea.
It would be.
Golly, can you
Make it
imagine
for, like,
the business you have
adults.
at Halloween going into some demented Chuck E. Like oh man, like you actually everybody
Stuff
thought
like jumping at it
well
everywhere.
everybody thought that the band was robots or whatever, and then they jump down and start coming through the crowd.
Yeah, it's actual people.
Holy crap!
Yeah.
Well, I know what I'm still dreaming about tonight. Thanks a lot, Renee.
Hey, people
Holy
like horror
crap.
stuff.
Yeah, they
do.
do, man.
Just somebody should open up like a restaurant that like features murderer stuff.
I don't know
So,
about that.
so
We're
I'm,
taking-
Like murder paraphernalia.
so I'm reading
something
a
like
comic
that.
series right now. Okay, well, I
There's a
don't
lot
know
of
if I
people
should.
like horror.
I don't even know if I should.
And
People
that
do
kind of
like
stuff.
horror, but I mean,
Well,
like
open up one that's themed with
a
like
fictional horror character like Jason, and then have him actual murder, memorabilia. Like that's
Meh.
too
Well,
Velvet threshold.
Well,
Tangent-
then make
tan-
one with Jason and Freddy and
Tangent,
Pinhead
yeah, that's
and all
what you gotta do.
that.
So tangentially, I'm reading a comic series now. I don't remember who wrote it, but it's called Nailbiter. It's been out for a while. Have you ever seen it? It's an image book.
I've heard of it.
We
Anyway,
probably got some somewhere.
it takes place in a town to where this town has spawned like 21, maybe it's 12, whatever. It was a high number, abnormally large number of serial killers have come, and they're all like gimmicky serial killers. And the latest one, I don't think he kills you first. I don't remember how he is. Anyhow, he starts out by chewing your fingernails, and then he's basically eating your fingers at that point. You're dead at some point. I don't remember what it was.
Gross.
Anyhow, that's
so
he's
much
like the latest one.
bacteria.
Yeah, well,
Was
this
he
guy's
like
got
have you
problems.
tied up? I guess.
Yeah, I guess so. Or you're
Chloroform
you're
or
you're basically out of it. You don't know. Anyways,
That Dahmer?
in that town, there's a guy that you don't know it at the time when you find out, meet this guy or whatever, but his grandfather or something was one of the serial killers, and he's like, man, we got to make something out of this. So he opens up a store that sells memorabilia of all the serial killers from that town.
You can make
Basically,
some
what you were
money.
talking about.
Yeah. Like to me, that's when you're getting to the weird point. Like
Yeah.
these people are murderers.
Yeah.
I read,
Oh yeah, I'm not.
I
you're
read
not
a thing
celebra-
today.
There's
You
a
know
lot
that,
of people that celebrate
we
real
watch
life serial
shows
killers. Though.
all on
Yeah.
'em
You
and
know that
movies
Chris
and-
Watts guy.
Yes, there's that woman is talking that's
That's
She's
the
like
one, the mom and the kids.
Yeah.
He's got like a pen pal now,
Oh, God.
and he's getting fan mail.
yeah.
This
Well,
dude-
he's got some.
all get fan mail.
Well, he's got some woman that's I don't know if they're getting married or what, but they're in some sort of relationship or whatever. And she was trying to explain his side of it or whatever.
There's
Like
no
she-
explaining. He's
No.
a murderer,
Yeah,
a
absolutely.
psychopath.
He should have been dead a long time ago.
POS.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You threw
Why
your
is this
kids
dude
in
not-
oil
Yeah.
tanks.
Why is he sitting in a jail cell
Right.
breathing air?
Yeah.
He needs to be
And
dead.
us paying for
Yeah, and spending
him.
my money.
Yeah, my
Yeah.
taxpayer dollars.
Now, how does that
And
work?
as high profile as he is, he's probably in a cushy padded cell,
yeah.
isolated from the general
Solitary
population, gets
type
whatever he
thing.
wants.
Do the Colorado taxpayers have to pay to have him in jail, or since he's in federal prison?
If it's
do we-
federal, it's us, buddy. You're paying it
Well,
too.
he needs to be dead.
Well,
Like
And
2
why-
pennies a year, your money's go to him.
Why in the world anybody want to send that man fan mail?
They all do. Marilyn
I know this is what I'm getting
Manson.
at. Like,
I mean,
like to me,
Charles Manson.
I bet
fan
Marilyn
mail.
Manson got some fan
He
mail
does. He
too.
does.
Yeah.
But like Charles, all of them.
And he was
And
was
people
raping
sell
them
the
or whatever it
stuff.
was.
to me, that's when you're getting
They
into
take the
like
memorabilia and
I
sell the
guess he was
memorabilia.
abusing him.
They go to
Whatever it was.
places.
takes another level.
People
like,
go
Yeah.
to places where people were murdered or their
Mm-hmm.
houses where they lived, and they take things from these places and they sell them.
Did you ever watch
They'll
Once Upon a
get
Did you ever
dirt
watch
where
Once-
someone was murdered and sell the dirt and vials.
Did you ever
all
watch
that
that Quentin Tarantino movie Once Upon a Time in Hollywood?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
it's a great movie.
That's pretty good.
It's a
Turned
good
out it's
movie.
like she
I-
made it.
I
I
really like that
this,
one.
you know, like them stuckers got what was coming to
They
them.
see it. That
Holy
was a
crap!
good movie.
He just happened to have a flamethrower in the garage. Oh, I love that.
That was a good-
part.
that was a good movie.
Man,
It
when he
is-
stick
that's
that
a
dog
really
on them
good
people,
movie.
God.
That's probably
watch. That's probably one. It could be the best. I don't
It-
know. I like Quentin Tarantino movies, so and
Right
I'm
up
not
on
thinking
the
of all of them at
horse.
the same time. Watch Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. It's
Yeah.
good.
Out of all of his movies that I've ever watched, it's
Yeah,
the
that's
best
the
one.
He
best
beats the
one.
crap out of Bruce Lee.
Yeah.
That's so funny.
People are mad about that.
Who cares? People
Yeah,
are gonna be
it's
mad
a
about it.
fictional
Yeah,
movie.
That's what I mean. Like, were you not? Should your happiness that Tate or whatever survived? Shouldn't that
Yeah.
offset your madness that Bruce Lee got his butt whooped
Well, you
one
know,
time?
and Bruce Lee was a great martial artist, but let's
Yeah.
not like sugarcoat the fact that he's 125 pounds.
Yeah,
He's a little bitty dude.
I still don't know if I'd want to tussle with him. He seemed like one of those people that he knew how to keep you out of his circle, probably.
Look, I guarantee you take a 200-pound super athletic guy that's super strong. And if he can get a hold of Bruce Lee,
If he can get a hold of him.
there ain't nothing.
If I can get a hold of Bruce Lee,
there's
I
probably
can
not
get-
much.
If I can
Gene-
get behind little Bruce Lee and lock him up, there probably ain't gonna be much he can do with me.
Do you know who
But
Gene
I'm
LaBelle
not.
is? Gene LaBelle used to talk crap about him all the time. And I love Bruce Lee,
Yeah.
but He's
Yeah,
not.
I'm not-
He just because
he
he
has
knows
a lot of-
kung fu.
That's what I was going to say. He's like the kid in elementary school that claims he takes karate. He has that mysticism about him. He's like, I don't know everything this guy's about. So he's got you bluff a little bit if you don't know
Yeah.
any better. It does. That's true. Moving on.
Yeah, and I love Bruce Lee. He's
Yeah, I
awesome.
like
He's
Bruce
one of my
Lee. He's
favorite
pretty
people.
Oh,
Yeah. That
But-
movie about his life is good too. Dragon and Bruce Lee story.
Oh, I
Yeah.
used to
Really
love that
good
as a
movie.
kid.
I love
yeah,
it. Yeah.
I've probably
That
read all of his.
documentary was really good too.
Which one?
Enter the Dragon's pretty good too.
Yeah, I
What was
like
that
his
one?
movies.
Wasn't it like a
Me too.
2-part? It had his wife and all that in there.
Oh, I know what you're talking about, but I don't remember what it's called.
Yeah, I don't either.
And he was a
but it was a
good
good
writer,
documentary.
Yeah. Oh, he was a smart guy.
super smart guy.
Smart guy.
Mhm.
Yeah, I have all of his
Self-made
books.
man.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he really is. I
Mhm.
like him. But Gene LaBelle used to be like, I'll throw that dude around.
Oh yeah.
Gene LaBelle's like a
He
judo.
said he did do that, or he would have.
He was like, I would have rolled him up like a little twig and smashed him.
It's easy to say that about somebody's dead, and you don't have to.
Gene
prove it.
LaBelle would have done that.
Really?
Yeah, so Ronda Rousey,
Hmm.
that's Gene LaBelle was her judo coach and trainer.
Yeah.
You know, he was a legit super, and he was a big dude, you
Yeah.
know, and he was like big and trained like pro wrestlers and stuff. The Japanese style of pro wrestling, where it's basically like submission wrestling.
Hmm.
Yeah, he probably would have done it too. He probably would have slammed
Who
with Bruce Lee on
knows?
his
I
head.
don't know.
He was a bigger dude.
I'm sure Bruce Lee had a lot of, just like I said, he called you bluff before you ever got to the fight a lot of times.
Super fast.
Yeah.
I mean, you probably don't want. You probably wouldn't want to fight him, but
No, I don't, for sure. I would hope me and Bruce Lee would be cool.
I
Yeah,
think
right?
we would be
Yeah.
cool.
But I don't know if we would. He could be a Hollywood jerk. We don't know. We never will now. He's dead.
He's
Yeah.
dead.
I guarantee you I wouldn't fight today if he wants it anytime, anywhere.
Yeah,
I'll
show
fight,
up.
I'll fight Bruce Lee right now in his house if he wants to.
That ghost's gonna come down
Yeah.
and karate kick you
Well,
across the
yeah.
face.
You know, we'll
or
say, hey, if
judo-
I
you'll
if
get
I
judo
sh-
chop.
yeah, if I show up, y'all
All of
know.
a sudden, your face just gonna go.
Yeah, you know I spoke too soon. I don't know. We'll see how it goes.
Yeah.
We've had some paranormal experiences.
Yes, yes.
I feel like I am equipped to
You
make
wanna go
that
get my
statement.
sticks?
We might have to go get the witching rods.
Speaking of which, we need to put those in use.
We do.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah,
Yeah.
go
This has
somewhere.
nothing to do with anything of this stuff. But what was that one like show that we watched? The Olympic guys. The guy that was training those people. That guy went crazy and killed the people living in the house.
Foxcatcher?
Yeah,
Never
that's a
heard of
really
that.
good show.
Is it a newer movie?
It's a documentary on Netflix. It did get turned into a movie
It's like the Olympic.
that's got Channing Tatum in it.
Channing Tatum.
Whatever.
Yeah.
Uh,
But the actual like.
Well, hold on a minute. Were we talking about Shannon Tatum?
Yeah.
Is that what we said?
Channing Tatum?
that's how I always saw his name is pronounced.
Channing.
Anyways, it's spelt like you could say it either way.
Okay.
He's in the real movie, him and Mark Ruffalo, but it's about the David Schultz, the DuPont guy. He was a DuPont heir. He was big
Wrestling. It was
in
wrestling.
but
USA,
he was big
team
into
USA
big into
wrestling.
sports, and he would use his money to like,
Yeah. And he was always
fun.
too little, so he didn't ever get to compete. So
and he
was
got
tall.
really big into wrestling.
Vicariously.
And he had like this ranch, and he built this center out there on it, and he had all these Olympic wrestlers come. They lived out on the ranch, and that David Schultz was like the head guy out there, but he had severe mental issues,
No.
and he started going crazy, and I think he was doing drugs. I think he was doing
Yeah,
cocaine and some
for
other
sure.
stuff. He ended up going crazy and thought people were in the
Murdering.
walls spying on him, and then
Who'd he murder?
he murdered the David Schultz guy. And his brother,
Yeah,
Mark
the
Schultz, was a
Olympic
UFC
wrestlers.
fighter
Yeah.
later on in life.
His
But they were, like,
wife- his
phenomenal
wife and
wrestlers.
Kid lived there. They lived on the ranch. They were going to be leaving. He came down there and shot him.
Yeah, he pulled up
Wow.
their house and shot him. And he had pulled a gun on him before, and a bunch of the
Tried
other
burning the house down.
wrestlers, like there was this one wrestler that ended up leaving because I reckon he had a gun put on him too, and he
Mhm.
tried telling that Schultz guy, like, "Hey man,
He was like, "You need to leave."
this dude's off his rocker. I think
Yeah.
everybody needs to leave." But
And they
like
called
he's like,
the FCC or the some federation over the wrestling and all that.
I can't
Remember they
remember all
reported
that.
all that because they were going to come do an investigation.
But he would get like tight with a few of these wrestlers, and he would be obsessed with these guys. And
Yeah.
he was real obsessed with Mark Schultz or David Schultz at first,
Yeah.
and then some other guy joined the team who actually became David Schultz's best friend. He was from another
Italian
country,
guy or something,
and all of a
something.
sudden this DuPont guy's got lineage from that country, and he became obsessed with that guy.
Yeah,
and
he,
he was-
wanted to be from that country, so he started like faking like lineage from it and
He's like
acting
an
like
obsessive
he was.
little weirdo.
Yeah, yeah,
He
and
was.
acting like he was from there and like
Yeah.
trying to talk like it was very.
And
weird.
whoever he would like, if he was obsessed, like the one guy that told the the Schultz guy they needed to leave, he got obsessed with him for a little while, and it was like once he got unobsessed with you, you were he was like he hated you for some reason, and he would just start being mean and weird.
Yeah, sounds weird.
Very interesting.
He ended up
documentary,
leaving when he died.
Oh, it's a documentary.
Oh, and
Yeah.
there was a standoff at his house.
Yeah, he barred himself up in his house after
it
he
was
done
a
it.
police standoff and
Did
stuff
they
at
get
his
him?
house.
Yeah, they got
yeah.
him. Yeah, they tricked him to come outside and then they arrested him.
Oh, they arrested him. I was hoping they shot him.
No, they should have, but he
Yeah.
died in prison.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, well.
But it
And
did
then
get
he
turned
ended
into
up
a
leaving
movie.
all his money and everything to that guy that he was obsessed with.
Yeah,
Like not
So
like to
you-
the family of the person who was killed
it ends up
and
being
stuff like
it
that.
ends up being good if you're the last one he's obsessed with.
yeah, it was for him
And that
because he
guy
got
didn't do
everything.
anything to like try to give some like restitutions to the family. The wife with the 2 kids that was murdered.
The wife got
Yeah.
some money because I mean,
She didn't get her.
yeah,
nothing,
she
though.
got something because the dude was stupid rich, and that's a wrongful death lawsuit. You win that every time. I don't know. They never disclosed how much money the family got, but they got money.
But like that whole ranch is like they're abandoned. Like it's just abandoned
Still there
property.
now,
Yeah,
really?
That
'cause it
guy
like
owns it,
drives
though.
up. Yeah, the guy owns it, but he don't live here. He lives over back in whatever country he
I
came
can't
from. I'm
remember
pretty
what
sure.
country he's from.
I can edit it, but
Yugoslavia.
it's
That's exactly it.
something. But yeah, they drove up like
Sounds
back to
good,
the
right?
house, and it's like, well, this is where we lived, and we're this, and my daughter's room, and my son's room, and all that, just like wasting away.
Yeah,
Just
still
another
like
abandoned
U-Haul
property.
boxes.
Yeah,
from
like
their moving.
huge
That stuff is
long
interesting.
drive.
That
Yeah.
kind of like Chernobyl and stuff. Like you
Well,
say, like you still the way it was the day they left.
That-
Go on
I know
tours
you
there because
can.
I
Yeah.
want to do that.
You ever
Philip
seen-
didn't want to do that.
You ever
when
seen
we go.
the elephant trunk? What is it? The elephants? They call it the elephant foot or something like
He's
that.
talking about Chernobyl. You're thinking
What are you
Fukushima.
talking about?
Oh, I'm thinking Fukushima.
Oh,
You
that'd
can
be
go on
cool
tours of that
too,
too,
yeah.
and he didn't want to do that
What's
when we go
the
to
point?
Japan. Because I want to see it. It's a part of history.
Yeah.
But there's a
To say that I
guy,
have seen
that-
it.
Renee's friends on Facebook friend, that goes to these
I
abandoned
knew him
places.
from school.
Whatever. Anyways, he took a picture the other day of this place is abandoned. There's a freaking General Lee car there just rotting away.
There's a lot of classic
Where?
cars there.
I don't know where it's at. Just sitting there
He don't ever
wasting away.
disclose
That's an expensive car.
Yeah,
Even,
69 Chargers, regardless if it's General Lee or not.
yeah,
It's
and it's still in good
I mean,
shape.
really.
Well, I
Yes.
mean, you can tell that it's got some issues, but I mean,
Yeah, but
for what it is,
You
it's
trust
like
this guy? Like he's not posting fake pictures?
no,
Oh, no,
because
no,
we
that's
went
what
to
he
one of the
does.
places that abandoned house we went to.
Okay.
He's the
Yeah.
guy that gave us the lead. So
yeah, that's
they're
what
not
he
fake.
does.
Okay.
weird
He was
pictures
just
like
up in Canada.
Canada.
He was just up in Canada at Niagara Falls.
Home of Wolverine.
I'm gonna tell you, he goes everywhere.
He's
he
a
goes to these
man of-
abandoned.
Of mini plate trap. What is
Yeah.
it?
Well traveled.
Yes.
Man of leisure.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's a teacher. He lived in Thailand and was
He
teacher
probably
over
eats
there.
that
English
food.
teacher.
I
Yeah.
bet he eats those
He
bowls
does.
of food.
He's the
He's the
one
one that
that told
told
me
us how to
say
pronounce it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
He sent a video over of him saying it.
Or fa.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he
I'm
still
gonna
ain't got
list it
you
out.
one.
Yeah.
I know. I gave up on it.
You never will.
I got another place we gotta try though.
You can't panic
So-
order.
Yeah.
I know. I'm going
You
Obviously-
got steak and eggs.
I'm going-
Obviously, that's a reoccurring problem with
Like I
you.
went to a Korean restaurant and ended up ordering IHOP.
Yeah.
Steak and
Steak and
eggs.
I believe it.
you did. You'll never
I'm
live that
just gonna
down.
point to a picture on the menu next time. Like,
They didn't have no picture.
We'll pull up a picture online and be like,
Yeah,
I
this.
want this.
yeah, what's the
Is-
closest
what's
thing
this
you
on the
got?
menu?
I got
Yeah,
a new
that's-
place
that's
that,
what I
that
need
we
to
can
do.
try out that's got the
Okay.
bowls.
Is it in Huntsville?
Yes.
Okay.
Or
All the good
Madison.
places
Madison or
in
Nah,
Huntsville.
Huntsville.
you're not gonna find it around here.
There's nothing around
No.
here.
No. Don't go to the
Sadly.
Moody Crab. It ain't
I want to try that new seafood place, the Moody Crab, but
Oh, I just
Remember he
told you.
said
I've
it's
been
terrible.
seeing, yeah, so
No,
I've been
no,
seeing
that's-
mixed reviews
no,
on it. Of
don't
some people's
go.
like,
well,
yeah, and then,
yeah, I can't. Mine. I didn't order what they're good at, what they're supposedly good at. You want to get the steamed food if you're going there. That looked pretty good, so I'm not gonna. But the service alone was. Our waitress wasn't terrible, but when you walk in the door and they stare at you without speaking, or don't even
That's
acknowledge that
awkward.
you're standing there, it's like, yeah, you shouldn't be doing this
No.
job. Anyway, so is that Yoshi game any good? You like that?
it's okay.
Okay.
It'd be better if you were,
6.
yeah, not my age.
Right,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah. But they do have like easy mode and then I guess regular mode.
Yeah.
And I just put it on easy because I was like, oh, I'll
Yeah, I
probably
just
play
want
this
to
long.
see. Yeah, you're not gonna finish it. Just enjoy it while you're
No.
doing it.
I'm gonna probably bring
testing
it'll
it
be back
in.
in the store after
So
we get back
somebody
from
asks
vacation.
us-
So you can say, oh, this is
Is
kind
that
of what
good?
you're doing. Yeah.
But there was
Yeah,
what was
play
that
that
other
game.
one that was gonna take home though? Is Resident Evil and
I
something
took
else?
home. I
Streets
took
of
home
Rage.
and played it.
4.
No, I
something
grabbed
dead.
2 of those games though.
That one that I was telling you that you could play with Ghostbusters.
So what was that? Is it Dead? It ain't Dead by Daylight. Is that
I
it?
don't remember the name
2,
of it.
whatever it is 2.
Yeah, it's the second one. It's not that fun.
Hold on.
I didn't play the
Yeah, you look
Ghostbusters
it up.
part.
You'll know
I
better
say I
what to
probably
look
have it
for.
back on
Yeah, yeah,
here.
right.
From my press chart.
But it's one of those games where like you run through a level, you don't control the forward movement of your character. He's always moving forward on his own.
Really?
And
I
you
don't
move
like that.
Nah.
you move left or right, so you'll be like
It's like playing Galaga.
he's trying to get to his sister or his
Asteroid,
wife and his kid or something like that, and it's a zombie apocalypse and
Into the Dead 2.
Into the Dead. His truck broke
Into
down.
the Dead 2.
And so you'll be running on like a
Plays Ghostbusters.
there's a Ghostbusters thing on there. It's like a
Okay.
DLC.
I've never
Play
heard
it.
of that.
Not that great.
Yeah.
But you're basically constantly moving forward. You can go left or right, and zombie may pop up in front of you. You can move away from it or just shoot it, and then there'll be like ammo things that you can pick up along the way and stuff like that. And you end up getting a dog
Yeah.
that's running with you, and he can attack zombies too.
I don't like force movement.
I didn't like it.
Yeah. Doesn't sound like for me.
Yeah. And I could already tell like the story was kind of crappy.
Mm-hmm.
There was something
Didn't do it
else though
for
that
me.
I put back with the Resident Evil though to take home.
Oh, I don't remember what that was, but I have been playing that. What is it? Pokken tournament. That's pretty fun.
Oh, what?
It's
Pokken tournament.
a Pokemon fighting game.
Yeah.
Pretty fun.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is it actually like you're inputting moves or
It's
you're
like
picking their
Pokken
attacks?
tournament.
No, like it's like
Like quarter
like
circle forward,
Tekken or
quarter. Yeah.
Mortal
Okay. Well,
Kombat,
that does sound
like
pretty
that,
nice.
like a whole
something.
bunch of like
but you pick your
I've seen
Pokemon.
that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's pretty nice. How many Pokemon is in that?
crab tons on the
Yeah.
cover.
I think you
Is
gotta
that-
end up unlocking.
Is that Crab Brawler in there?
I didn't see Crab Brawler.
You'd think that'd be like a main guy. He's a fighter by nature.
It's the more popular.
Yeah, I'm
some of
sure.
the well, actually, it's
Also, there's a
even
whole bunch I don't know.
it's more the newer
yeah.
Pokemon.
And there's
like-
so much size difference in some of them. It's like, well, it don't make sense.
Well, it's-
Pikachu
Like, when I
fight-
fight- I chose Machamp as my Pokemon.
Yeah.
And yeah, when you're fighting Pikachu, he's
Right.
down here this small, and
Yeah.
you're up here.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
assuming you got to unlock Charizard.
Oh,
He
yeah.
wasn't on there, but like Shadow
He's there
Mewtwo's
somewhere,
on
I'll
there.
guarantee
I feel like
What
because
about
like
Lucario?
That's Charizard, isn't it?
he's on
Yeah.
there.
Yeah.
Yeah, because
Okay.
I didn't choose him, but he seems like he'd be a good one.
He looks cool.
Any of the like karate style,
Mhm.
I've actually had trouble fighting them as I've moved up into the more
Like a
advanced.
humanoid style character.
Yeah, like
Pokemon,
that.
yeah.
Was it Blaziken or whatever it is? He's basically like Lucario, but he's like a chicken.
Okay.
I almost feel like Mew would fight like a kangaroo.
He's
Yeah,
he's
you
a
got, like, don't they have the
legs.
inverted knees or whatever like a
Looks
kangaroo or whatever?
like.
Seems like.
well the whole game like it's a fighting game, but it has like a semi-story mode going on, and there's some different Mewtwo that keeps like popping up. Like when you move, you go through these leagues, and you start out at like Green League, and then as you advance and rank up in that league, you move to the next league, and you move, and every time you go from league to league, this Mewtwo pops up, and you got to fight him, and obviously I don't think you can beat him
Yeah.
until you
until
probably
you
get
get
to
to
the
That's a good
end.
point. Mewtwo looks like a pink hairless kangaroo. He
But
does.
the game's
does,
kinda
Regular
fun.
arms.
does
instead of-
Mewtwo carry Mew in a little pouch in the front?
Mewtwo is a genetically
Altered.
altered
Yeah.
Pokemon
I
with
guess that's-
Mew
that's
DNA and all these other Pokemon DNA.
So that's a no. That he didn't-
That's a no. You don't
Okay.
carry a little
Well,
Mew.
Well,
Uh,
Mew's
Mew's
kinda
the most
like
powerful
magic.
Pokemon.
I know.
He's
Hey.
almost kind of like magic.
Yeah. Mew's not on that game unless you can unlock
He's my
him.
favorite. I didn't see him on there. I saw Mewtwo.
I was gonna
So-
pick Blastoise, but he ain't on there.
Oh.
And I was like, Machamp looks cool. I've always liked
Yeah.
him. And he's kind of like a bodybuilder.
Yeah.
He does all these poses.
He's
at the
all
end of his
arms,
fights.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's pretty funny.
Yeah. So,
What have you been
in
playing?
other gaming news,
I tell you though, I gotta go.
no, don't potty.
I
Can
got
you not
to.
hold
I've been
it?
trying to, but I can't. I
All right,
can't.
we'll just cut it off here then, because I can just cut this section of the video out.
We're good.
Oh, Philip, you're gonna have to start bringing a jug.
So
or
you mean
something.
pause?
Nah, no, leave
Okay.
it going. Leave it going. It'll be easier to do it that way. I'll only have to sync the audio once. And we're back.
Yeah.
So what we were gonna get into before Philip had to go pee pee.
Sorry, I don't have a weird anomaly with my bladder where I never pee.
Yeah.
I have a normal functioning bladder.
You got an
I
over
think you might
functioning
be.
bladder.
You might have spasms or something that over
I
function.
could be
I got,
diabetic. you know.
yeah, I say early
Could be.
onset diabetes that you need to go check out.
Diabetes.
Yeah,
Sound like
diabetes.
Wilford Brimley.
That's how you gotta say
my
it.
diabetes.
Yeah, you say
Yeah.
diabetes. It's
Yeah, that's what I
diabetes.
mean. Yeah, it's like for my whole life growing up, it was diabetes.
Yeah,
It's
it's like, now it's diabetes.
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 Anyways, so Steam, the online
Amen.
PC. There's a
Amen.
bunch of different ones. They sell a bunch of different stuff. Anyways, mainly PC.
shouldn't start.
But it's like there's something going on over here that I don't
Yeah,
know.
we went
We'll
to
tell you
church.
off camera.
I'll tell you right now. Don't bother me. We went to church for Renee's dad for Father's Day. That's what he wanted for Father's Day. So we went to a church over here, and instead of saying amen, it was amen.
Oh yeah.
And
Real country.
he said it
Yeah.
after
Some,
everything.
yeah, some people do that.
Amen.
Yeah.
Amen.
Yeah.
You
Some
know?
people do that.
Yeah. He was one of those like Southern preachers that just like
Yeah.
regurgitate the same like style that all these other Southern
Yeah.
preachers regurgitate, you know?
Yeah.
Amen. It was a nice church though.
Yeah.
It was enjoyable.
Okay. So every now and then, usually, I think it's twice a year. They do one at summer and they do one usually at Christmas, but you don't know when they're going to happen. Yeah, what'd you write?
I was just-
Whisper.
You gonna edit that out?
Oh yeah, I got you.
Okay.
I got you.
Nobody's
nobody
gonna
will
know.
Nah, probably not.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay, I
But I know
got
what
you.
you're
Yeah.
talking about.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Inside jokes.
yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
So the Steam sale, it's like Steam has got thousands of games, and they're usually pretty high throughout the year. They run discounts like, and you can always find Steam keys. Go to cheapdigitaldownload.com before you buy a game on Steam. You can always find it cheaper on some other
proud
third-party
sponsor of the Total
They
Sergeant
should
Pop
be.
Culture.
They
is
should
Hey,
be.
I've
We need
spent
to
enough
mention
money
them.
with them. They should be,
Yeah.
or they've saved me enough money. They should
I'm ready
be.
for Black Friday to get some good Oculus game
Yeah,
deals.
yeah. Well, so if you can ever figure out Steam, that'd be the way to do it. Anyhow, when they do it, they put like it's a majority of the thousands of games that they have on pretty deep discount, and it's a lot of people like they stack up. Like I'll go buy 20 games. I may be 3 years before I play all these games, but you buy them now because they're cheaper than
Yeah.
you're ever going to find them. Now that used to be a bigger deal to me before I found out that cheap digital download you can get them year round for a lot cheaper than what Steam.
So do you just get
charges.
the download codes from those, just enter them in, like PS4, Xbox One, stuff
Yep.
like that?
So, but that's going on right now. So I bought. We were talking about the room,
Yep.
which was like a little puzzle box kind of game
Yeah.
or whatever. There's
I
4 of
want
those.
Myst.
Yeah, I played the first one, and I'm sure you can probably
Oh, I
you can
bet.
probably get. Well, like I said, you can
I
run
think
Myst
it's on
it.
Oculus, but I'm just trying to hold out because, man, I
You
hate paying
can-
$30.
And that's
for a
what's crazy.
download.
Myst is so old. Like if on PC, you can probably find Myst for legally for free on PC.
Oh,
Most
yeah, I'm
likely.
sure.
Now they've made a bunch of enhanced versions and stuff throughout the years where they redid some stuff. You might have to pay for that. I don't know. But anyways, I bought that. It's a 4-game pack of like it's a puzzle game. Like you might be looking at a table that's got a box sitting on it. And you have to figure out how to get this door open. And when you do that, that might give you a clue to somewhere else around the box to get in. And you're eventually trying to get to the center of the box. I don't know. I never finished one of them.
It's like
Anyway.
a Tootsie Roll
I
Pop.
mean, kind of. Exactly. How many licks does it take? Yeah.
I see people do those in real life on like YouTube videos.
I've seen
doing them
people
play,
that
and
have
I'm
paid.
like,
I have seen people. So there are
"Jeez."
channels dedicated to nothing but solving puzzle boxes. And so I watched a guy, and there's people that are famous for building them.
Yeah.
I watched a guy, and he's like, "Man, I bought a $30,000 custom one of a kind puzzle box, and like
Stupid.
the guy that built it is the only one that actually knows 100% how to get through it. And some of the mechanisms that these people have built into these things, I mean, it's like what you'd see in a movie.
Yeah.
It's
Like
it-
I mean,
Da
the
Vinci
boxes,
Code.
Exactly.
The boxes will
It
start
is
off like completely
nuts.
flat, like, and you have to
Yes.
find where to even like start getting the puzzle going.
Yeah, and
be-
it'll pop something like a stick out or
Yeah.
whatever. It's like, okay, well, this stick has got to be something, and he'll be trying to put this stick in
you
everywhere
might
and
not
come.
use it till later.
Well, yeah, right. Or come to find out, the stick has a magnet burrowed inside of it, and the magnet activates a clasp or something somewhere else on the box. Like these people paying.
You gotta be pretty smart then to come
Oh
up
my
with the
God.
box.
You do.
to even come up with it, and it's not just smart. They are so. Is artisanal the word or whatever? Like it looks like something you'd see in an art gallery.
Oh, yeah.
Like
Never
the
heard that word.
the finish on this. It looks like
Did you
super.
make that up?
Yes, I may have.
I
Do y'all
think-
smell burning feathers?
Yeah.
I might be having a stroke right now.
Yeah.
Anyway, it looks like something you'd see in a museum. Perfect finishes. There's not gaps or nothing. It's like buying a Lamborghini. Like everything fits perfectly. It's not like
I've never
you,
seen one of these.
You need to check it out.
Oh,
Do it
I
just
watch them videos
yeah.
all the time.
Do a Google search for like high end puzzle boxes. Pretty cool. Make you a note for Renee. He'll want to check that out. Later. After you
will
watch Zero Dark
probably
30,
never check that out.
you might not.
I
It's
can
one of those
assure you.
things though
I'll
when
show
you
you
do.
something out.
It is one of those
If
things.
she shows me, I'll check it out.
Yeah, it's one of those things you can get in a hole watching that kind of stuff. Like that was interesting. You see the next one.
Yeah.
Anyways, that's one thing I got. What else did I get? I know I bought. So you heard of the Witcher games?
Yeah.
Yeah.
played
They're
it for a
huge.
while.
They're huge games.
We just
like,
got the
all of 'em.
PS4 collection.
Okay,
in
well, I bought the
today.
collection, so they had all 3 of them, like the Game of the Year versions or whatever, on Steam for
Like Witcher
for
3.
1, 2, and 3.
Okay.
Yeah, and they're huge games. I'll never finish them. Probably never play them. But anyway, they had them for 10.
that
It was
coming
like
back
$11
out?
bucks.
You could have already retired.
I could have. Oh my gosh, I've got between TV shows and comic books and video games. I have
Action
more
figures.
media. Well, I just mean stuff that takes time to invest.
Oh.
I have more media than I have life remaining. I could not watch everything I've got, or read everything I've got, or play everything I've got before I die.
That's a sad thought.
It is a sad thought. So you really have to prioritize your time.
And you're going to keep
And
buying
what
stuff too.
and,
so
and so what I do is I have what is it? I have
We're just weekend
analysis.
at Bernie's, you.
Yeah, that's what I'm
just
saying.
sitting up
I have
flipping
analysis paralysis. So instead of doing any of those things, I don't do any of them. So
Think about doing
I think about doing them a lot.
Or watch a YouTube video about
watch a
somebody
YouTube
doing
video.
it.
somebody
I get-
else doing it.
and I enjoy that. That's what's weird about it.
Then why even buy it?
That's what I'm saying. I don't know, Philip. These are the questions I ask myself as I cry myself to sleep at night.
Right now, we're taking this Hijack's podcast with intervention.
Yeah. So I watched that stupid video about that Baldur's Gate, that 21-year-old game, and I was like, man, that music's really good in that, and what he's doing is really interesting. So I get on Steam and find they've made an enhanced version. It was like $5.
And
I
so
would
you
have
bought it.
and it's like it's sitting on my computer. I don't even remember if I installed it or not. But it's in my Steam library. I got it. I probably will never play it, but it's one of those things. I get it on my mind, and it's like
I gotta get it.
I gotta
You know
get.
what?
You gotta get
You
it.
can pass it down to your
That's
daughter,
what I'm
and then
saying.
your grandkids.
I just need to make sure that I give them all the passwords to my Steam account.
Yeah.
Like,
Just put it in
so,
your
yeah,
wheel.
That's what
You
I
need
have
to
to
write
do.
that down just
Holy
in
crap.
case.
Yeah.
Yeah, honestly, I've got to be well over 100 games on. Now, I'm not investing huge money. That's the thing. I don't buy a ton of games on Switch digitally because they're like the same price
Yes.
as the physical copy.
It makes no sense.
It makes
It
no
does
sense.
not.
The reason it makes sense on Steam, for one thing, on PC, if you've got the Xbox Game Pass or whatever, whatever Game Pass works on Xbox One or Xbox X or whatever they're on now or whatever works on that works on PC too because it's Windows, Microsoft. They use the same thing. So any game that's available on that Game Pass for Xbox, it's usually if there's a PC version of it, it's on there too. So I've come to the realization I probably will never have need for another Xbox console because any game that comes out on Xbox, most likely if it's high enough, what do you call it? Like it's not like a B game or whatever. It's a big enough game like your Halos and stuff like that. It's gonna get a PC version.
Yeah.
It's gonna look better on my PC than what it will on
Yes.
Xbox, and I'll eventually be able to find a digital because nobody makes really physical media for a PC anymore. Like if you're gonna play on PC, it's gonna be a digital version.
Yeah.
So there's no
Even with laptops, there's no
right.
CD
There's
drive.
no CD drive exactly. but that takes out the. I'm hesitant a lot of times, even if it's cheap. I'm hesitant to buy a game on Switch or PS4 or anywhere else digitally, just because like, well, I'd just really rather have it sitting on the shelf. I'd really rather have that physical media. But that's not a problem on PC because it don't exist. So if I can find it cheap enough, I have no problem buying it on PC digitally. Not to mention it's super convenient to just, I don't have to get up and change a disc and I don't have to double click on an icon and I'm off
I
the
can
races.
see
That's why we don't ever use our PS4.
PC's overtaking
Sometimes we put it in
like
a
consoles.
movie
It
and-
feels
I think
like
it's had a
gets-
resurgence for sure.
It feels like more and more. It's like people are like, I don't play PS4 no more. I just play my PC.
Yeah.
Most of the games,
You
the
got
big
people
games,
like Henry Cavill.
Henry Cavill.
Yeah.
Or Cavill.
Yeah.
I listened.
Still
So
know
we
about
had that
that, but he
discussion about
does
how
that.
you. And the first time you say it, you don't get anywhere near it, and that's why I said something about it. You call him like Henry Cabal or something
No.
like that. Yes, you did.
Henry
and then I realized as I was listening back to when I was editing the podcast, I realized I started backtracking. I was like, well, heck, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I don't know. But after hearing what you said the first time, you were way off,
Are
and
you
I was
sure?
absolutely.
I don't know if I
Henry
said
Cavill?
that.
I think he.
I think
I
I
think he
said
says
Henry
Cabal. I think he says
Cabal,
Henry
like
Cabal.
with a B?
It sounds like a B.
I
and
probably
I think
said
that,
Vol.
maybe so.
Henry
Maybe.
Cavill.
That's
Maybe.
probably what you said, and that's wrong.
It's just so
It's
close.
Cavill. It's an I. The second vowel is an I.
It's
so it's
Cavill?
not Caval. But I guess
Cavill?
I heard it could be Cavill, and that's how you got me confused last. One of you got me confused last time. You said, "You sure it's not Cavill?" And I was like, "Well, maybe it is." But but you said Caval.
Have we heard a video of somebody introducing him?
No, but I can read
We
English.
heard
It ain't
that.
Caval.
That don't mean anything. I said, I don't know if I said that.
You said Cabal. We're
I
going to
don't
look at the video before we leave tonight. You show you that you said Cabal.
I don't know.
But when I played it back, I was like, well, that's why I said something. Clearly, what he said's way off. Anyways, it don't
But
matter.
he's a big PC gamer.
Okay.
Like a
Well,
really,
it
he's
makes
a really big
it makes
PC
a
gamer.
lot of sense.
I know he's a big gamer, and
Yeah.
it seems like more and more people are. I mean,
The
people
Games
games
sell
look
their-
better, dude. The games look better.
Well,
like,
then
Well, plus you
Plus-
can
day
like
and day.
move better
Well, you
than you can on your.
I can't. I did not grow up
Yeah.
playing PC games, so I'm terrible with watching.
They need
control.
to
Play so many.
if they figure, which I think they have remotes you can use like a console controller.
I use Xbox 360
Yeah.
controller.
Yeah,
I mean
see?
that Xbox Elite controller.
Mm.
Yeah,
But
I
as
got-
long as you can use that,
absolutely.
but it's plus you
don't
can
do the
constantly
lifting, the
upgrade it.
As the games get more powerful, I'm not stuck with the PlayStation 4. I go buy a new video card.
The
Yeah.
A and the S and the
WASD, the
yeah.
WASD controller,
Yep.
and it just and you need to because the games that are made specifically for PC,
Yeah, you wanna be
they're
able to
made to be
turn.
using the whole keyboard
Yeah.
most of the time, like hotkeys and stuff, like casting spells and crap like that.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm a decent typist at work or whatever, but how often do I hit F1 or you know?
Oh, yeah.
not F1. That's not what. Anyhow, I got to think that a frag grenade is a particular letter or something, you know. And
I would suck at
I
that.
know I'm not great at that.
Like,
So most of the
I
time,
can't type anyways. I'm a chicken
yeah,
pecker.
yeah,
I'm
yeah.
a fast chicken pecker.
Yeah.
I
but a
don't
chicken
even know
pecker
the last
nonetheless.
time you've actually typed on a computer is.
It's getting less and less where you don't need a physical keyboard anymore. Like
I've
it's, you know.
done it in a long
I
time.
type on mine like every other day.
I mean, I'm
Oh, I
never
do all
on
the
a
time.
computer.
I sit at a computer for 9
Yeah.
hours a day, and then I get home and I turn my computer on and I sit behind it for another 5 or 6. And I've got my laptop running in front of me and my big PC running on the TV, and usually either my phone or my iPad sitting here doing something else. Like there's always something going on. Like,
Yeah, I just on my phone.
and I don't get nothing done.
Your
That's the
phone or your
problem.
Switch.
I got all these freaking screens blowing up in my face all the time, and I don't do nothing.
You know why? Because you're multitasking.
Yeah.
They've already
is.
proven multitasking is ineffective.
It is.
Even people who think that they're good at multitasking
I'm not. I
aren't.
don't even claim to be good
You're
at
not,
multitasking.
'cause you don't complete anything
I honestly
that you
like.
start. You're
Like
starting a
I have
bajillion
numerous
things.
times told my wife, it's like I would love to just like I've had
Monotask.
No, I've had you know I've had issues that you need to talk to people about. You know, not full. Anyways, I would love to sit down with a psychologist, somebody that really knows the workings of the human brain, and explain to him like, man, I come home and I have all these big dreams about what I want to do, and I just cannot make myself get started doing any of it.
That's
It's like
everybody.
what? And what
There's
is
a great
that?
quote from Marcus Aurelius, like, to start is to finish. Because if you start it, you're normally going to finish it.
And the biggest thing about it is, and a lot of times it's what I've learned is whatever. It's like don't focus on the finish. Just do something. Don't
Just
waste
start.
your time
Yeah.
doing nothing. Do something. And it may end up completely different from what you planned or
Yeah.
whatever. But do something. I just haven't taken that to heart good enough yet because I
Yeah.
still end up
Don't
doing
think,
nothing a
do.
lot. That's a
Don't
lot,
turn on
it
multiple
is.
devices. Focus on the one thing on the one device, and then move on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You get 4
The-
devices.
My
and you're
problem
going
is
25,
here's my
25,
problem,
25.
or as best I can tell, here's my problem. You know, you work all day, and I'm working 9-hour days, and that's not counting travel. That's just 9 hours at the office. Say it takes 30 minutes to get there, 30 minutes to get home, and so by the time I get started and get home or whatever, I sit down and say I've got maybe 4 good hours before I'm getting a shower and going to bed or whatever. Well, so if during the week, most especially, it's like it's hard for me to sit down and play a game because if I sit down and play, I'm usually going to be locked into it for 3 or 4 hours, and
All
it's
your time's gone.
it's gone. Like, and so, but it's not like I'm wasting any less time sitting around watching videos or anything like that.
Because you're still doing the same
Because
thing.
I'm still wasting it. But I guess to me, in my mind or whatever, it just seems like the time goes by slower, or I have more accountability of what I can remember what happened in that time. Where you get out and playing a game, and it seems like time flies sometimes. Like
Yeah.
you look up and it is 3 or 4 hours later.
Yeah.
With the way I live my life, I can kind of I'm cognitive of every minute that's passing by, and that's always been more valuable to me. And I don't know why it's weird. I fully
Yeah.
admit that's weird.
That's
But
strange.
that's why I don't watch movies and stuff. I can't.
But you watch.
I will watch
videos.
hours of YouTube videos, but if I sit down in front of a movie that I know is going to take 2 full hours to complete, I taught myself out of starting it.
But yet you're doing the same thing.
Did you
The
ever watch
results
the
are
Snyder
exactly the
Cut?
same.
Exact
Yeah, I
same
did
thing.
watch that. Yeah. And I finished the Winter Soldier.
Oh,
Captain.
Hey.
you finished it.
I finished it. Did we ever talk about that on
No,
here?
but hey,
I guess we
I've-
did.
A fun fact that somebody told me in the store the other day, there was gonna be more to those Flag Smashers.
yeah.
They were going to release a virus that was going to reduce the world population back to what it was before the snap.
Oh.
Which
then
is
the-
why they had the antiviruses.
And yeah, that they never explained. And then the pandemic happened, and they had to change everything. And in fact, they even dubbed over some of the scenes
Yeah, with them
And-
talking.
and made them say different stuff.
You know, that happened when Spider-Man, the first Spider-Man, Sam Raimi Spider-Man movie came out. Like, I don't know if it was a scene in the movie or if it was just the advertisement posters
The
or
Trade
whatever.
Towers?
Yeah, they had him like string up a helicopter between the World Trade Towers, and then they came down, and like they had to redo a bunch of that.
But I didn't even know about that
I
with the
didn't
Winter
either.
Soldier.
I didn't either.
And he was saying that he hopes that maybe that they'll put out like a graphic novel
Yeah.
to kind of fill in.
So
the
did
gap.
they completely rewrite the strife there, because their big thing was like they were going to recongregate the world, like they were going to send everybody back to their countries and build the borders again. So was that not even on their radar?
I don't think
it was
that
just
was.
the population, or
It
whatever?
was basically they were wanting to reduce the population back to normal,
Yeah.
and that's why. And it kind of makes sense now that he said it, because like that's why some things like it just doesn't make.
Yeah, but
And how they kinda-
I'll say this:
Yeah.
that changes a lot more than just the plot, because to the what they wanted to do now by keeping the borders, non-nationalistic or whatever, you can be more sympathetic to a character that's wanting that more. Like I would have never been on the side of Carly or whatever, wanting to kill half the population of the world. She's no worse, no better than Thanos at that point. Like
Yeah.
she is full on evil. The way they rewrote that stuff to where all they wanted to do was maintain no borders. That that I can live here if I want
Well,
to.
and
That
that's
kind of
also
stuff, right?
probably why some of the scenes where Sam's like saying that you're no different.
Yeah. But
Also,
that would change a lot.
Allegedly, too, what's her name was not going to be the power broker. Somebody else
I don't really
was
like
supposed
that
to be
she
the
ended
power
up being-
broker.
You called that though, but I don't. Didn't you? Wasn't that one of your calls?
Yeah.
I didn't necessarily like that though.
Well, see,
I don't.
supposedly it's supposed
think
to be
Sharon-
somebody else because she was going to see the power broker at one time that she said, and then she came back all beat up, had like a busted lip and stuff after she was going to see the power broker.
I don't like Sharon Carter as a bad guy. I don't guess.
No.
Yeah,
But
But if they
it's
were
not
in
the
at the end
comic
and she's
universe.
double
I mean,
agent,
this is
so-
the
maybe
Marvel.
she's a
Yeah.
triple agent.
Could be.
You know?
She seemed pretty. Yeah, she
I don't
seemt
know,
pretty
but-
dedicated
I
to it.
don't
But
know.
that's not
She's
out of the realm
power
of
broker, she's
possibility.
The guy that
One
told
in
me that
charge over there.
that was Patrick, wasn't it? Who told me that?
No, it was 2 days ago. Patrick was in today.
Who told me that? Because it was from somebody that you would
I don't
that
remember
comes
who it
in that
was.
would know.
Yeah.
That keeps up with all that stuff.
Yeah.
That's gonna drive me crazy that I can't remember. who
Well, if
told
it
me
was
that.
you and you're listening to this, comment.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Put it in the
please.
And
comments.
subscribe if you hadn't.
Yeah.
We'd appreciate it.
Yeah, would love
And
it.
let me bring this up too. If you don't like watching the YouTube version, you can find the audio version on your podcast platform of
Exactly,
choice.
and
Check it out.
Subscribe on there. We need
Like,
all the subscriptions we can
So,
get.
so this is what we'll do. If I can remember to do this, I think I have a link on the Anchor page to where I can provide you the link that should take you directly to the Apple subscription and
Yep.
the Google subscription. Maybe I'll shoot you those two, or you can get them off the
Yes.
Anchor website and put them on the Facebook page.
Yeah, it'll
So
be
everybody
pinned
will
up
have it.
there.
So you won't even have to
this week.
search. You click this link, it should take
Yep.
you to the Apple Store with that or the Apple Podcast list or whatever, and just subscribe from there. Let's don't depend on search engines, folks. Let's do a little
Yeah.
manual labor. Okay?
Yeah.
Golly, I was looking up a bunch of prices on eBay today. So mad at their search engine. I type out exactly what I've got, word for word, and the first result is something kind of like what I'm looking
Sponsored.
for. It's not even sponsored. It's like I'm looking up Marvel Legends. I don't know, Taskmaster, and the first result is Marvel Legends Nick Fury or something like that, and it's like three down is the Taskmaster. Why is that not the first one? Why are you even showing me
Yeah,
something?
that makes no sense.
I end up having to go in there and put things in parentheses. Like I want it to say exactly this, and that's the
Yeah.
only results I want. So stupid.
You don't just scan it.
Scan what?
Is it
No,
on the bottom?
You
because
scan the barcode?
you can do that, but you miss out on a ton of because not everybody.
They
Yeah, it has
don't, but
UPC, yeah.
it
Yeah,
gets
I'm-
you close
it-
enough to an average.
Yeah, but
sell
you could be
price.
paying a lot more than what you because to me, well, I don't know. I don't know how it breaks down or whatever, but
I've done them both ways, and it
Yeah.
ends up averaging out basically the same.
yeah, well,
But what's weird is someone that pulls up by the UPC with the name, when you search it by the name, don't pull up again.
Yeah.
You know, it's
There's
the same thing.
well, see the thing with the reason the barcode works so good now is eBay wants you
Yeah, a
to
lot of
scan
times
that
it'll
barcode,
tell
they
you to
do.
put it in.
Yeah, they do.
and
They
they're
do.
pushing that you to.
It would be
if it's
great
in,
if
it's
everybody
in
did it.
package,
Yeah.
they're pushing you to scan the UPC.
And if
code.
if they would start requiring it, it'd be better for everybody. But
Yeah.
since they don't, and I
But
don't
if
want
you
to
had
take
something
it
loose.
right, well, that's
it's
true
a matter
too,
of
yeah.
time before if it's in package, they're gonna make you do that
Yeah,
because they're
but I
pushing
can-
it hard.
But I can tell
But they
you,
don't know if you got it in package.
they
or
don't
if you got it
know.
loose.
Yeah, because they're not going to look at the pictures to
you
see.
put used or new.
But I put you stuff that's in the package, and I ain't gonna put the barcode on that.
Yeah, I put the
Anyway.
barcodes on all my stuff when I
Yeah.
list it if it has a barcode.
Yeah.
It helps you.
It does. It fills out a lot of the information that you wouldn't normally
Yeah.
get, that I'm not going to go in
Well,
and
and
put in.
plus, since it
Especially
is
given,
something
like,
that you can
clothing.
tell that they're pushing,
Mm-hmm.
it's gonna push you to the top of all the stuff, anyways, through their little algorithm.
You say that,
Stupid
I
algorithms.
never depend on that. I'm always going to sort by lowest price, and they don't put somebody's sponsored ad in front of the lowest price. If
You
you
can-
sort it by that, now when you do just best match, then yes, there are things you can do to get yours to go up higher in
Yeah,
the
and
listing.
that's the stuff that
But
you
I
gotta do.
never look at that. Best match is useless to me.
Most people though don't.
But
do
why
that.
would you do that? Why
Most
would I
people
go?
would go through and
Why
look
would you
best
want to
match.
go? Why would you want to go
I
through and
sort
look
by lowest
lowest
to
price,
highest.
lowest plus
don't.
shipping?
If
I
I'm
just-
buying something,
Absolutely.
if
I
I'm
don't
buying
care.
something,
I
wanna see
do
what the
not
lowest
care.
price is.
I want exactly what I'm looking for, and I want the first listing that is the dead
I would
lowest
say that
price.
probably
And when I
like-
price something, I look for that and go 1 or 2 cents lower than that, so that mine is the new lowest price.
Yes.
If it's something I want to sell fast.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Right,
I feel
go
like
the same
probably
price.
about 25% of people do that. Most people. 'Cause
If
I
you're
mean,
spending
I don't
money
know.
and you're not searching by lowest price plus shipping,
Yeah.
you're an idiot.
Well, your thing is you're not buying online. Though.
That's
You're
what I'm
just searching
saying. Yeah.
things.
Now for
Like
you,
if I go on clothing websites, I'm gonna go lowest to highest.
I can't understand
Even sales.
I can't understand a situation where you would want best price, because you're using eBay as a price guide for stuff that comes in the store. Why would you not always want to know what the lowest price is and not just the best match?
I'm an average.
Yeah,
So
but
if
you're
I
not
wanna
going to
see
get
the
an
be-
average. You're
yeah.
going to get what some idiot has paid $3 for to make his a sponsored ad.
No,
You're gonna
I
get-
go to sold listings and only look at sold listings, and then I formulate an average through the sold listing.
Well,
What
the
it
sold listings
consists.
don't have anything to do with
and that
how you're pricing.
and that goes yeah.
I mean,
So if you're
how
gonna
you're searching.
exactly, if you're going to
I
search for
don't.
sold listings, then you
I'm just
sort
saying,
by
like-
ended recently to see what the current price is of something that just sold yesterday. If you just thumb through, you may be looking at what a figure sold for 6 months ago, and it's dropped half the value by then.
Yeah, I will switch over to sold listings and then click the newest. And
ended
then go,
recently or whatever.
go through the
Yeah.
last month
Okay.
or so and look at the consistent sell price, and if whatever it kind of consistently is selling for,
Yeah.
without shipping included.
You
'Cause
got to include shipping.
I don't do that.
Always have to include shipping, because to me, when I'm pricing something, if I'm selling it to somebody in person, it's like I'm basing my price on the cheapest you can get it, and that includes shipping. Like you can't get it for free shipping. If it don't say free
That's
shipping,
why
then
our
you can't
store-
get
He's that
free
guy.
shipping.
Yeah,
You
that-
got to.
yeah,
You got to.
That's why
But-
our store is the best store with the
Converse-
best prices, because I don't take that into account, because I got to be better than eBay
But conversely,
and Amazon.
when I
eBay.
sell something,
I mean, I get
don't
the
charge. You
logic.
could live in Alaska, you can live in California. You get free shipping with David Fillion. Or I'm not gonna say my last name.
You
but
just did.
I'm gonna edit that out.
But you did.
But anyway, you get free shipping with
Why
old
We
not?
don't
Dave.
edit it.
So
Why do you care if they know your last name?
It doesn't really matter.
There's
I
probably
guess, 'cause
30
it'd probably be easy to find it out. So
It would be if they want to know. They're gonna know.
All of our 3 fans want to know.
that's about right. Yeah.
But I just that's how I do my soul
Yeah,
pricing in the store.
Ooh. This week's code
Here we
word.
go. Flatulence. I don't know what it is.
Firehouse.
Sure,
All right,
Firehouse.
firehouse.
This
Firehouse.
week's code word is Firehouse for 10% off.
As in the Ghostbusters firehouse.
Yes,
I'm assuming
I'm
that's
looking
what
at
you
the
looked
box.
so
at.
you looked at
Yeah,
box.
Okay.
Saw the box.
That'll work.
Firehouse.
Just need a word. That's 10% off.
And we won't have a
10%.
podcast.
You'll have one, because this one probably won't go
Yeah,
up
this
till
will be there.
then.
It'll be
Yeah,
the week after.
that's
But
true.
we're gonna go live at Disney. I don't know if this will be posted there, but we're gonna go live at Disney.
It better
and
be,
show some
David.
stuff.
I need this thing up by Monday, so I have something to listen to and see how it sounds on the way
I
down to
don't like
Disney.
hear myself on this.
I need something to
And
listen
Hancock's gonna be riding with us.
to. He likes
so.
listening.
Well, I guess y'all can listen to it. Then I'll just put in earbuds.
I'm not making no promises.
You gotta quit
Remember
slacking.
you remember them 400 or 500 things I looked up the price today? Tomorrow's going to be making all those listings.
Yeah,
It's gonna be an
this
easy
will
day.
does itself.
Yeah.
I haven't said anything that needs to be edited
I
out
got to
yet.
take out your little
No,
potty
just the
break.
pee.
You can leave it in. I'm sure y'all carried on a conversation.
We were
while I was
talking about
gone.
switches.
See?
And she commented on somebody. Now I got to take that out, because now I've referenced that. Never mind.
105.
Well, even still, this is easy editing for you.
145, ain't it? Why did you say 105?
105.
I'm at 145.
Well, mine just does by minutes. It doesn't break it down hours and minutes. Mine goes
There you go.
minutes.
There you go.
That's 105 minutes then.
Yeah,
That makes
105
sense.
minutes.
Does it make sense?
Okay. And you were right when I asked you when he said a word last time or whatever. You were dead
147,
on it. It was right on it. Yeah. She
I
just
thought I
remembered.
remember seeing it.
She remembered what time you had said a no-no word. so I could scrub to it.
Oh,
I remember like a week and a half later.
just
what,
one
and it
little
was
word.
Just one.
Just
So I did
one.
also about I told you I bought that Mafia collection, right? That video games Mafia. So I played that last Sunday. I played probably 3 or 4 hours of it. It's pretty good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
You could have been
Looks
editing
really
the podcast.
Well, you got to have a break, man. During a busy week, you got to have some downtime.
Yeah. So how many things are you about to put on eBay?
If I put it all, it's gonna be a bunch. I'm
How
probably
many
gonna.
listings can you put on?
I don't think you get 200 or 300 free a month. I think.
Unless you're like me
Yeah.
and you get 1,000
I know.
I could
We
have
put,
it. I
like,
just don't do it.
or
16.
$30,000 worth, whichever
so-
comes first.
I just don't do it often enough. I've sold a bunch, but
Yeah.
I'll probably
How much
So
you
you're
handpick.
gonna
charge
list
for
all that
vehicles?
Marvel
No.
Universe?
I'll probably handpick the most expensive ones that that make the most sense to sell fast, and then I don't know what I'll do with that. I need to get with you and figure out how to do that group stuff. And
Or
see
you
if I can
could
move
just
some of that
take
stuff.
one of the expensive ones, do them in like lots of 3 or 4, throw in
put
some of
one
the
yeah.
Yeah, put a crap one in.
some of the ones that aren't going to be won't,
Yeah,
just so they get
ooh.
the good one, and then just kind of price it in like that.
Yeah.
You think that'll work? If
Or
I
just
put in
lot
like
'em up
well,
by
I decide what
waves.
my bottom dollar is for that cheap figure, and
Just do like lots of 3.
yeah.
Throw in a really, really good one in with 2 that aren't so great.
Yeah.
Somebody wants it. They're
Yeah.
going to be like, well, I'm going to get those 2.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It
For that
averages
one.
out to this.
Yeah.
Kind of force them to buy the ones I
Yeah.
don't
Yeah.
want to sell.
Exactly.
And that's the problem with Marvel Universe or any cheap. That's the problem with any of this. Like when you get into lower price stuff, it's just not worth the effort. Like
It's
I
not.
don't, I'm
No,
to
you
make
gotta put 'em all
$10
together.
and I
Yeah.
got to ship it and I got to
Yeah.
package it up and all that stuff. It's like
And
it's
then
just
take
not
your
worth
percentage
it.
of your $10.
Yes, that's what
I don't put anything on eBay that's $10.
Well, I'm not either. That's what. But I'm saying
Yeah.
some of those Marvel Universe figures ain't gonna be bangers,
Yeah.
and that'd be the ones that'd be good.
But you
to
throw
make
those
a
in
lot.
with a good one, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
There's people who do that on eBay. They put $3, $4, $5 things on there, and I guess they end up
know.
volume it.
Yeah, I
And
don't know.
And a lot of people do it with like toy parts and accessories.
Yeah.
People do it with comic books. There's
Yeah.
a ton of dollar comic books that are listed on eBay that somebody's going to. Now, I mean, obviously they're looking for you to make, find 10 or 15 books you want and then combine the shipping and send it out. And at that point, I guess that makes enough
And
sense.
I don't think if it sells for $1, I don't think eBay takes no seller fee from
It
you.
wouldn't make much
Why
sense.
not?
Yeah.
Yeah.
If it sells under a certain amount, I don't know the amount, but eBay don't take anything from you.
Under certain category, the percentages
it's
are
not
different
worth
for
my
certain
time to
categories.
wrap
No,
up
it's
Musical
not.
equip-
It's not.
$1.
It's
Musical
not.
equipment,
Yeah.
they don't take nothing from you.
They're
There's
probably
no-
not
there's no
moving
final
enough
seller
of it.
fee.
Yeah.
I was gonna
Whatsoever.
start listing all my
Well, there
stuff
sure
as
is for
musical
toys.
equipment.
Toys, is
10%, and then they're 3% for their because eBay handles their own payments now. It's
Yeah.
not PayPal anymore.
Toys
It's
used
on
to
You'd
be-
think the fee would have went down.
Yeah, you
toys
sure really
used
hope
to
it
be in
would.
the 9% category.
Yeah, it ain't no more.
It just
Everything
needs
I
to be
do
a
is 10%.
flat thing straight across the board for anything,
Should
and
be,
that's
maybe about
including the
5%.
processing fee.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So have it where no matter what, it comes out to a 10%.
Yeah.
We'll start our own eBay site.
We should.
Mine
Our own
averages
sites
about
like eBay.
13%. That's why we gotta get a website going.
And just anybody, if anybody would drop it to 10% and get rid of the 3%,
Yeah.
they would
Well,
cut into eBay's
Macari
business.
used
Macari
to be
tried
that,
that.
and now
I know.
Macari has
Now
went
they're
up
13%
to
or 14.
is it
The last I checked,
It's
it was
10%,
matched
and then they
eBay.
charge you a processing fee,
Three,
which is
yeah, so
13%.
it's 13%.
It's the same exact as
Yeah.
eBay.
Yeah,
13.
stupid. I remember it was 10. I was like, yeah,
And you want
it's
to talk about some
10.
dumb search results. Macari's got the worst
Oh, yeah,
search.
gosh.
If you know exactly
You'll search
what you're
like
looking
water
for.
bottle and pull
Yeah.
up sports jerseys.
Yeah.
You're like, oh,
It's like, that has something to do with it. Most of the time, people in a sports jersey wants a water
They drink
bottle.
water.
Yeah.
They
Hey,
drink
they got a
water.
water boy.
There you
Yeah.
go, buddy.
They drink water.
Yeah, that's high quality H2O.
That's
But
fertilization.
eBay would be much better doing
cold.
something like that.
Oh, yeah.
But they're not going to.
Why
No.
would you?
They're never
They're
gonna
making
do
all
it.
the monies.
Yeah, if
Everybody
anything,
else
it'll go the
sell.
other way.
They
They
hold a
even got
monopoly
eBay different,
over-
eBay UK and eBay, all that crap.
Yeah, you check
basically
into it
an
deep enough,
online
they probably own
marketplace.
Macari too.
Oh, sure.
They
So-
will.
I
I think Facebook seems
yeah.
like
I think Facebook.
Really?
I would
They own
put money
something.
on it
I'm-
that Facebook has.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure like Facebook owns Macari or something like that. There's something.
I read the story the
Facebook
other day.
owns
It's
something.
That makes sense that they would just say, hey, guess what? Marketplace that y'all been selling all this crap for free, now there's fees on it. It's called
Uh-huh.
Macari. Get over there.
Honestly, I haven't done that on Facebook though.
Absolutely. I'm really surprised.
They charge fees if you sell on Facebook Marketplace.
Oh.
If you ship it,
Yeah, if you ship it.
I'm saying, but like, I'm surprised that because Craigslist used to be free for like, and it still is free, but like cars are no longer free to list a car on
It's not?
Craigslist.
I didn't know that.
You got to
You
pay
gotta
for it.
ad, yeah.
Yeah.
Just like a auto trader kind of
Yeah.
thing now.
Yeah,
Stupid.
you got to pay for it. Yeah.
Yeah. Eventually, infrastructure gets big enough to where it's like, we got to make some money. So,
I mean, how is
Yeah.
Craigslist
This thing-
ever making
But I
money?
mean,
There's no ads
No
on
ads,
it.
yeah.
I always wondered
somebody has got to be maintaining these servers somewhere.
How are you making money with
Yes.
that? And
Well,
I'm
the
not
thing
against
is,
people making
though-
money. I'm all for
Oh,
people
yeah, for
making
sure.
money. That's what makes the world go around.
But
I
that
don't know
being
if anybody really maintains them that much though, because they never get out anything. Oh, you can find stuff from like 6 or 7 years ago still posted on
Well,
there.
what?
but that's even more.
Craigslist.
But that's even more
That's
evidence
because the
though.
person don't take it down.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, there should be somebody maintaining it. Where, hey, this has been on
No,
here
I
a
don't mean-
year and it ain't
I-
sold. Zap it off.
I don't mean maintaining it as in
You just keep the
pruning
servers
it.
up so it don't
I just
fall apart.
yeah, just that there's computers and
Yeah.
and the more stuff that's on there means the more servers
Yeah.
have to be running.
The
I mean, they
thing
run
that's
us-
That's what I
bad, that
understand
like
about
what she's talking about,
Right.
is
Zuck 'em off
offer
of
up.
there.
Uh-huh.
You'll get
Oh,
on offer
gosh.
up. It used to be like
But
when
it's
let
never
when,
been
when Let Go
Craigslist.
had it, and it was just Let Go. It wasn't that bad. But now that Offer Up bought Let Go and they merged into one, like since we're about to be going to Disney World, I've been getting on like Orlando's Offer Up and scrolling through, and I'll type in comics
2018.
and like there's stuff. It's 2 years ago, and you're like,
Can you sort the listings by date posted or whatever?
no, just
yeah,
and it's
that sucks.
and it mixes in like you can pick up only, and it'll still mix in stuff that's being
Shipping.
shipped.
I don't
At
understand
Facebook
how a search
Marketplace.
engine does that.
And
Marketplace does
Like
that
the
too.
other day, there was somebody with a bunch of comics on one of those, and I'm like, man, maybe they still got them. So I sent him a message. You never
That
hear
was the
from.
2018.
Yeah, you never hear from. 'em.
He's like,
It's
that guy's
2018,
dead.
18, 19, 20, 21.
Well, I thought it was odd that you had a first appearance of Wolverine for $20. It
Yeah.
seemed kind of like too good to be true.
Yeah. Oh, that
But-
first Black Suit Spider-Man.
Yeah.
$5.
I
Okay.
used to get
I'll
good
take
stuff on Let Go,
Yeah.
but Offer Up's just not good.
Mm-mm.
And Craigslist is a good one, but man, you have to do so much. Just
It ain't worth it.
there's so much time vested into it
Yeah.
to find it that it's like,
is.
ugh.
Yep.
I don't even know. I still do it just because I like doing it.
Yeah.
I get enjoyment out of hunting, searching on
And
there.
that's how I get on Marketplace and look. But everybody wants too much money. Everybody got the internet now.
Mhm.
They want
It
too
is
much money
hard.
for their
It is,
stuff.
it's much harder to find.
It's overpriced. They go
good
like the
deals.
highest thing they see on eBay. It's like, that's the price I'm asking.
I see it all the time still on Craigslist
See,
with a
I'm
comic
the
book.
other guy. I go the lowest price on eBay and I put mine right under it because I want mine. Because if
Yeah.
somebody goes on there
But you go
and you
with-
got the exact same thing as what I got,
Uh-huh.
and I'm 20 cents cheaper, why don't you
Yes.
buy mine?
See, the people on
But you
Marketplace
go
don't do
by
that.
current on their like listings.
Absolutely. I
But
want.
you don't
I'm-
go by
yeah.
sold.
But
Why
if he's
would I?
going a few cents less
'Cause
than what's on there, and somebody's trying to
That's
buy
Yeah, I
his
know,
stuff,
but
he
all that
wants to
ends
be
up
cheaper.
all that ends up happening is eventually some other person puts theirs on there cheaper because that's how you get all these sold listings that are
I
cheaper.
keep an eye on it. I keep an eye, and if he goes low, and that happens. If it doesn't, I'm banking on when I put something up, I want to catch the person that's looking for it today.
Yeah.
Now, if it stays on there 2 or 3 weeks, what you're saying is going to happen. Somebody's going to do the exact same thing to mine, and you know what? In the long run, that's making action figure prices go down even more. So if I
Yeah.
can, if what I'm doing makes me some money today, but if it don't work, it ends up making cheap figures cheaper in the long run, then it's a win-win for everybody. I'm taking one for the team.
Yeah. Oh, that's funny.
Yeah.
Oh. Then when they bring them into us, we can be like, oh, look what they sell for.
Yeah, right. Well, you never know.
Oh.
I don't know. I probably played some more stuff. I'm sure I bought some more games that I didn't play. Oh, I'd say one thing. It doesn't really. Bought that book for me. That it was a Warhammer 40K Space
Oh, yeah.
Marines. It's the
Yeah.
codex or whatever that goes along with the actual tabletop game. I don't care anything about tabletop game. I just think those Marines they're those giant bio suits or whatever and big weapons. So I
Look
think they look cool. And but the reason I got into that is I downloaded a book on Audible. I think it's called. I think it's Darkbringer. I think. And anyways, it's a book. It's a series of books actually. I think there's 6 of them, and it follows along this. There's a sect of the Space Marines called the Ultramarines, and I guess they're kind of the top or whatever. And it follows along some of his missions or whatever. It's pretty good. I'm a couple hours into the book or whatever. I think it's like an 8 or
But
9
it's a
hour
book,
Yeah, it's a text book or
like
whatever.
a novel.
Yeah. But the guy it's so weird. The guy that is reading the book, he's a British guy, so and the good thing about it, he does all the voices and stuff.
Yeah.
Like, every character has a unique voice that this one guy is doing. It sounds just like Loki. What's his name?
Tom Hiddleston.
Tom Hiddleston. It just his vanilla voice.
Yeah.
I'm like,
Is he British?
That might be Tom Hiddleston. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
A lot of
Games
those people
Workshop and all those are a British.
Oh yeah,
based
it's
game.
all yeah, it's all
Yeah.
and that's what you hear them like the orcs are talking like they're
Yeah.
whatever the rough
They sound
English or
kinda
whatever.
fancy
Yeah,
and
yeah,
stuff.
it's right. It's pretty neat though.
I heard
And-
a lot of people say that the the stories that
It's
go along
gory,
with those
man.
are
Like
good.
the descriptions and stuff that he's like. It's and the games. Well, that was another game I played a little bit of. There's an old, one of the more recent, not more recent, but one of the most recent games that I was interested in that had anything to do with Warhammer was it's called Dawn of War. There's been 2 of them. Dawn of War 2 came out a long time ago.
I just got a Warhammer game today for the Xbox 360.
What is it?
I don't remember what it was called.
They made a shooter called.
I don't think I saw it.
What was it
Something
called?
Warhammer 40K something. I just
I
don't
think
remember.
there's one called. I think it's just. Matter of fact, I bought it on Steam. I think it's called. I think it's just called Space Marine, and
I
it's
don't remember
it's a
what this one
third-person
was.
shooter. I don't remember many console games coming out for 40K, so it probably is that one.
It was like a 18.
I did buy that one. Though.
It might have been. It was. I think it was like a $10 game. It wasn't very
It ain't
expensive.
much.
Nah.
Yeah, I think it's just Space Marine. I
But
think that's the only one.
my brother's ex-wife, her new husband,
Space Marine.
he's big
Yeah.
into.
And now that and hey, now if you like shooters, that's a cool looking game. And so I hadn't played it yet, but I've seen videos of people playing it.
Did you
It's
get
a
the
cool-looking
collector's
game.
edition?
It's got the
Nah, it's just a regular.
because
copy.
you know like Gears of War how they have like the chain bayonet or where like
Let me
their
see the
guns
cover.
have.
That's a $10 game. He's
That's
like
got-
jumping
that's
out
got-
with his
that's
big
gotta
sword.
be it.
There's only one. Space Marine's the only one that they make.
It's not Space Marines.
Oh.
Did you just type in Warhammer?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You sure?
Warhammer. Yeah.
Search
That's all
by
they pull up.
Xbox 360.
I'm trying to think if there was any
I
because
don't remember.
there's
it saying
Warhammer
Space
40 there's
Marines.
Warhammer 40K and then there's Warhammer, which is like the Warhammer is kind of like Lord of the Rings
Dawn
sort
of
of
War?
stuff like.
That. Let me see the
Now,
case
Dawn
cover.
of War is a PC game. I don't know
Or
that it came out on.
Death Watch.
I'd have to see the case cover.
Well, here, hold on. You said Xbox 360.
Xbox 360. I'm pretty sure it said.
So
40K.
Dawn of War is like a real-time strategy game. You're controlling units or whatever and giving them commands in
Kinda
real
like
time.
StarCraft.
It is exactly like StarCraft.
I
That,
like games
yeah,
like that.
and everybody says
Battle March.
that Blizzard, which is
The
kind
only
of
ones they make for 360 is Space Marine and Battle March.
Okay, then it's gotta be Battle March. Let me see that case cover.
Looks like a weird.
I'm pretty sure that's it.
Let's
so it
see.
ain't
Let me
40K
They have to
then.
be,
Let me
'cause-
see that.
Yeah, it's not the Space
So,
Marines.
so this ain't 40K.
I
This is,
may be
that's
mistaken.
that's Warhammer. There's Warhammer and Warhammer 40K.
Yeah, Warhammer's the older
the
series.
old stuff that looks
Yeah,
like Lord of the
everything's
Rings
in
and
40K
stuff. 40K
now.
is all in this future and it's space and stuff. But
Yeah.
it's super weird. Like they all worship the Emperor, and like apparently he's been in. He's dead but not dead. Like he's been in like this cocoon like stasis for a long time. Like they don't know how to fix him or whatever. But they still worship him. Like they think the Emperor's God basically. And it's just weird. There's some certain sects of people that worship machines or they. It's just really weird. It's neat. I mean, it's a
I
neat
can
little
see 'em
universe.
doing a movie with that.
Oh, I can't believe it hadn't already
They
happened.
tried
Start
Dungeons
recording.
and Dragons and they're
Start
retrying it.
recording.
Yeah, that's right. And they say that new game ain't great. There's a new Dark Alliance, I think. It's a new Dungeons and Dragons game.
They've just
I'd
never
never-
been
never
able to
interested in
take
Dungeons
that
and Dragons.
outside of the tabletop into any
They
other
quit
medium.
recording when I went off of there onto Warhammer for some reason.
Uh-oh. Well, we'll have
They just
audio.
go back
Are we
up.
recording
Yeah.
now?
Yeah.
Okay,
I
so
just
we
hit
probably
record
we
again.
went black for a while, and there was probably a sign that said, "We'll be right back." You know, real cute.
Technical
line.
difficulties.
Yeah, it could be one of those, and that's Renee's fault.
Yeah,
So-
not
It's not my
mine.
fault. Phil couldn't remember what the game was.
Well, I couldn't
Yeah,
because
way.
I get in so many games. It's
Yeah.
almost impossible.
I'm
to-
really surprised that it was that one. Though. I would have bet you that the people that bringing in games in here had Space Marine because it's a third person walk around killing folks.
These people.
But
they
anyhow,
probably
the
just were
Space
digging in the
Marines are like
closet.
the Space Marines are people that have been genetically modified to be monstrous. They're giant, super strong. Like they carry massive guns. They carry swords that the blade is a chainsaw. Like they just
That's
and
creepy.
cutting
Like,
them
it's-
from.
Like it's literally a chainsaw.
Yeah. And but they swing
That's
them
a
like
very
a sword.
impractical sword, though.
It is, but
Because I mean,
Does it
it's-
run on gas?
well, I mean, no matter what, just the cutting of a chainsaw, like as soon as it hits human flesh, it's not
Yeah,
going to
it
dig in
grinds
like it
into
would
it.
wood.
But in
I
war,
wouldn't imagine.
not unless you got the power of a Space Marine behind it. He could swing a 2x4 and cut you in half.
It'd be
So-
better with a real sword then.
I would just
Nah.
want a
Super sharp
lightsaber.
katana.
Nah, because
It
this
just sounds cooler.
it
with
sounds
a,
cool.
with a
And it-
chainsaw.
yeah,
He's like Leatherface over there.
Yeah.
I would be like, give me a real sword. I want a katana.
Yeah, and then he cut your head off with a chainsaw sword.
You know.
So,
Actually, just get caught in his
well, not when they
blood
do
gushing.
it. When they do it, they go through you.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool though. So far, what I've read of it or listened to it, I don't.
How do you know it goes through? You're listening to a book.
Because he describes it in detail. Like the last fight that they had, he's like, he swung his chain sword and it sunk. He cut him from neck to groin or whatever. like it's pretty descriptive in how gory the stuff
Well,
is.
you know, with the
Right.
book,
Yeah.
you got to be.
You do, right?
You got to
Oh,
paint
yeah.
that picture.
Yeah. And so the
you're
guy,
not a
the
good
guy that's
writer.
narrating it is doing pretty good.
You hadn't
We
watched any
listened to a
Loki,
lot
have
of
you?
books on
Not at
tape when we were
Is
on our
Owen
trip out
Wilson?
west.
Is he the guy in that?
He's
I thought he was.
Mobius.
Mobius.
And he's got a figure coming
Yeah.
out.
Yeah,
They're
he's
doing
pretty-
a Legend of
I
him.
like him so
He's
far.
Mobius.
I like Owen
I like
Wilson as
Owen
an
Wilson.
actor.
I do too.
Yeah.
Ever seen Behind Enemy Lines?
Oh yeah,
It's a good movie.
it was one of those that like you didn't really picture him in
Yeah, that's true.
because
Yeah.
he's a comedy guy.
He don't do serious,
Yeah.
but yeah.
What do they call it? Romantic comedies
Yeah.
and
Rom-com.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's like if you can't get Matthew
you
McConaughey,
get Owen Wilson.
I think we can get Owen.
yeah,
2000.
that's a
Yeah.
good point. Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah, his brother was more serious.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
well,
Luke
they
was.
both are kind of
They
funny.
were.
He's in Scream.
Yeah, oh, he's hilarious. Luke
Scary
Wilson's
movie.
hilarious.
Yeah, I've heard they're coming out
Scream
with
or
Wedding
Scary
Crashers
Movie?
too.
It's been too long.
Yeah,
Too
what
old to
now?
be crashing
Wedding
weddings.
Crashers too.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Lock it up.
Yeah.
I don't know what the premise would be because they both were kind of in pretty deep relationships in the other Wedding Crashers. But
Maybe they're gonna be training their kids. Maybe they
Yeah,
got
they-
sons.
yeah,
they were
could
training
be.
their sons.
Maybe they're going through a divorce and they have to become wedding crashers again.
Could
That could be,
Could
too.
be.
Who knows?
Funeral crashers.
It's the time we live in.
that was
Yeah,
funny.
that'd be even better. Yeah. So, let's go hit on these grieving widows. You need somebody to take care of you, baby.
Will Ferrell's character's
Yeah.
pretty funny right there.
Jeez.
He's cleaning up. I like Vince Vaughn too.
I love Vince Vaughn,
Yeah.
and I'll be and speaking about people that don't do serious movies, but he was awesome in Psycho, that remake of Psycho where he played Norman Bates.
Yeah.
Really creepy.
He's a good actor.
I like
Yes.
Vince Vaughn. I like him a lot.
Yeah.
Good in dodgeball.
Dodge a wrench, you dodge a ball.
Yeah,
That's
it
a
makes
great-
sen's.
That's another
Duck
good.
You know what
dip,
makes me
Stiller
bleed?
movie.
My own blood.
duck, dip, dodge, dive, and duck, or something
Yeah.
like that.
Dip, dive, dodge.
Something, one of,
I don't
he
think
repeated
Damien
me one or a
and
couple
Lily
of
have
times.
seen
Something.
that.
Haven't.
I was mentioning it. They knew the taglines from it, but I don't think they'd ever seen it. My niece and nephew, I don't know. They'd never seen Mars Attacks, so I made them watch that.
Yeah.
Well,
No, I like Mars Attacks now, but there was a time when I was like, why am I watching this? This
I
is
love Mars
stupid.
I don't
Attacks.
think they told me they'd never seen Joe Dirt, but then their mom was like, "Y'all seen Joe Dirt?" And they're like, "We've never seen Joe Dirt."
I never watched the
They might
second
not
one.
remember.
That's not any good.
Yeah.
Don't watch it.
Yeah.
It'll ruin the first
It's
one for you.
alright.
Yeah.
I love the first
Alright.
one.
Yeah.
I love
The
first
cast of the first one and everything, like, man, when...
Brandon, Kid Rock.
You don't always
what's,
need a sequel.
What's the dude? What's the guy?
Keegan
Clem?
Wayne?
Nah, Clem.
Oh,
Christopher Walken.
yeah.
Yeah. Oh, he's good.
Talking
He's
to
so
my boy all
weird.
wrong.
He's so weird.
Talk to him again like that.
Yeah.
I'll stab you in the
yeah,
face.
stab you in the
with a
face with a soldering
iron.
iron. Yeah, he's so weird.
He's
and he's
just-
that guy in every movie he's ever
I was about to say
in.
he's just one of those guys that's like got.
There's a video game called
so
the Ripper, and it's one of those FMV games where it's like choose your own adventure
Yeah.
kind of things or whatever. He plays a mean cop in that. He's the exact same guy. He sounds just like the same pauses the awkward pauses that real
Yeah.
people don't make when they're talking. He does that. Like, you
Who
seen
is it
him?
that
He's been
does-
typecast and.
But he's
like,
great at
He's
it.
like Joe Pesci.
but I don't want him to do anything different. I want him to be that every time. I think it works every time
Yeah.
they use
Who
him.
is it that does that really good impression of him?
Oh, I don't remember, but I know what you're talking about.
There's some, I can't remember
Comedian.
who it is,
Yeah.
but he does like a spot on
Which to me,
Christopher Walken.
I feel like if you
Mhm.
practice good enough, like his is one that
Somebody could
Yeah.
repeat that.
But it's not
he
just
has
the
like
pauses
a-
though. I mean, his voice. If you close your eyes, you would think Christopher Walken was talking.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Walking, talking.
Yeah.
What was that music video he's in where he's walking on the walls and stuff?
Christopher
He's like
Walken?
floating.
I don't think it's
I don't
Christopher
know.
Walken.
It is. I'm scared to. I
When
can't
he
use my
when
phone
he
again.
so when he would do that skit on SNL called
that
The
music video.
Continental, have you ever seen that? It was called The Continental. He was like, I guess he was like a RA or something in a hotel or something. Like he had a room in the hotel, and it was something like I don't know what it is. Yeah, it was called The Continental. But he would always he would trick women to coming into his hotel or whatever, and he's basically
Fat Boy Slim.
he's basically almost assaulting him or whatever.
Yeah.
But they'd be they would slap him where they would always get away and stuff or whatever. But he was always like, "Could I interest you in some champagne?" It was hilarious. He had every time he hosted, they would do a skit of the Continental or whatever. They're really good if you want to look them up on.
Never heard of it.
It's pretty funny. Classic Christopher Walken.
Yeah.
This is all before the Reaper,
Is it so?
the Blue Oyster Cult skit. He's a weirdo. His little
Kind of looks like a
his
weirdo.
little monologue in Pulp Fiction, where he's talking about. Have you ever watched that? Y'all
I've
watched
seen
Pulp Fiction recently?
Yeah.
Remember when he's telling Bruce Willis's character as a kid about his father's watch, that he keistered in
Oh,
Vietnam
yeah.
or whatever.
He's
Yeah,
like,
he's like,
"Oh."
I carried that watch up my butt for for 2 years or whatever. It's pretty good. I don't know if we got anything else. I'm sure I probably played some other stuff, or I know I bought some stuff.
Him dancing.
Yeah, dancing. But then he like starts floating up like in the air and stuff.
Have you bought anything?
I bought
figure-wise?
I bought a whack of comics. I probably bought another $300 or $400 worth of comics.
All new stuff.
Most of it are recent back issues.
Yeah. Not trying to snatch up those older books yet.
I can't go that deep.
You're already that deep.
Nah, not where I'm spending.
Those are better investments.
They probably are, but
Like
not.
you spending $300 buying multiple books, you'd be better off buying like second appearance of Punisher that if you get lucky you can snatch it up for like $300 right now.
You're probably right, but I wouldn't enjoy that as much, I guess. I don't know.
That's super undervalued.
Yeah.
Now we do have a guy possibly to start pressing comics for people. Jay.
There we go.
I didn't say it.
Yeah, you did.
You did.
206. 206.
I said
Well, I already got a lot of editing to do, so it's a
and
good
it
chance.
wasn't most me
It's a
either.
good chance you
I'm
won't be
pretty sure
listening to
it's
this on the way
Jay.
to the beat.
Huh?
Pretty sure it's Jay.
Well, he did a good job on my books.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
Sweet Tooth looked good.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get him to check out my Carnage, first
So,
Carnage.
I gave him a couple more to do. And
When's
those
he coming in? When will he be back in?
It'll be after we get back
Yeah.
from
So I may bring my
vacation.
Carnage with you and just leave it with you and let him take a look at it next time he's up.
Because I got some of
Is he going on the wall yet?
Jeff's books.
Yeah.
I wanted to do
Yeah,
one more
Joe.
run of my books
Yeah.
to 100% be sure.
I don't know if I've ever seen that, but yeah, that looks like him being super creepy. Oh my gosh. Can you imagine trying to have a normal conversation with that guy?
Could
Probably.
you imagine him and guy that plays
He's
Hobgoblin?
got pretty good moves.
Willem Dafoe.
Yeah, could you imagine him and Willem
man,
Dafoe
hell yeah.
having a conversation?
And then add in that third guy, Christopher Waltz or whatever, the other guy that Quentin Tarantino uses. You ever seen what's the Jamie Foxx movie? The Quentin Tarantino Jamie Foxx movie?
Django?
Django. The guy that
Oh, the
Oh, yeah,
Bloodowski?
Yeah,
Who?
Bloodnowski.
That's not his name, is it?
No, but that's his name in Kick-Ass?
Yeah,
Is he in that?
yeah, he's Bloodnowski.
No, is it Kick-Ass?
No, it's
Seven-
Green Hornet.
Yeah.
Oh, I've never seen Green
Yeah, Green
Hornet.
Hornet.
Yeah,
Bloodowski.
Yeah.
he's super
Yeah,
weird.
where's
That
that
dude
flavor?
is awkward, and that guy's awkward like that in real life. When you see Christopher Waltz on talk show like interviews and stuff, Jay Leno or whatever, he's that weird there too. Like he's just the
Is that when
intonations
him,
in
like,
his voice and the
floating?
pauses and
That's
stuff.
what
It's
that is.
weird.
But yeah, he's Bloodnowski.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, he's
I
a
don't know
weird.
why.
Ruled-
He's in Kick-Ass too, though, ain't he? Or is
He might be. I don't know,
Yeah.
but. If
Something.
we had Christopher Walken, Christopher Waltz, and who was the other one?
Willem Dafoe.
Willem Dafoe having a roundtable discussion about some
Yeah, but
topic
Willem
is-
Dafoe
Everybody would be
isn't
going.
creepy.
He's not weird. He just looks
yeah, he's
weird.
Not, he just
Yeah.
looks strange.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll give you that.
the
Yeah.
faces you'd be like,
Yeah.
But he
Golly, somebody
doesn't
should do
seem like
that.
a weird dude.
Nah, not really. Yeah, most of the time he seems fairly normal, but he
That
plays a
video-
weird dude real good.
do you ever see the
Jeez,
video
man.
with him?
In the Joker paint?
Yeah.
Yeah, trust me, I saw it.
That gap between. Talking
Yeah.
about his gap.
Yeah. That's weird.
I don't remember what it was. It said something about the breeze or.
Yeah, your
breathing
teeth are air conditioned or something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, remember we started watching it on here.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Yeah, some of it was on here. Yeah.
One
All
of
right.
the one of the books that
Air-conditioned teeth.
Jeff wants me to get pressed for him is that first Storm Shadow.
Yeah, all right.
My name's Jeff.
It's when I looked at it the other day for Jeff, it's up to $320.
What is the?
Way.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah, and
I
it's
know,
on the
right?
rise.
Yeah.
When I
well,
sold it to him, it was not $320.
Well, that movie wasn't coming out when you sold it to
It
him.
wasn't because
Yeah.
number one is up, and I sold him number one. And at the time, I didn't realize that the number one that I sold him was a newsstand
Yeah.
because the newstand's like $400.
That was before you knew.
Yeah. Now
Well,
you know.
I passed up on. I had to have passed up on 100 of issues of Transformers #1, and it's not a super expensive book, but it's a lot more expensive than it was when I was passing up on
Yeah,
it.
and it's only recently creeped up.
I
And it,
know.
honestly, let's check it
That's
So
why I
think
hate
it's like
things.
110 or something. I think. Yeah.
That's why
it's still at
I hate
110. I
things.
figured
I hate
with
everything.
the
I never know what they're gonna
I
be.
hate everything.
yeah,
Yeah.
I figured with the movie
It's like that
announcement
song.
that it would
I
have
hate everything.
that would have took another spike. But
I wish eBay would call me and be like, "Hey, this is about to get expensive. Buy it now."
I know,
But I never
right?
get that call.
Get it.
Yeah.
Where's Wall Street when you need them?
Yeah. Thanks a lot.
Well,
Buy,
there's a
sell, God.
bunch of guys that do YouTube videos with comic spec to
Who's
let
that
you
guy
know.
that has that show?
Yeah,
It's
but
like
they're
sell,
guessing
sell,
too.
buy, buy,
Oh,
buy.
I'll tell you what. Here's a little nugget of advice that I found. If you see, what's the guy's name? James Tynion the Fourth or whatever. If you see that guy's name
Sounds
attached,
fancy.
it's the guy that writes. No, my mind went blank.
Some kind of comic.
It's a comic book.
gotta
It is a comic
sneeze.
book. What is it? Is he the guy that writes? He does. So Batman, like all the where Punchline came from or whatever. He was the writer on Batman during that time. But if you see his name on a book, go ahead and buy it. It seems like most stuff with his name attached to it is going to be like he's of the next generation of writers that people are really liking.
Yeah.
Everybody calls him like James the Fourth, because he's James and he's the fourth something. I think Tynion is his last name, Tynion.
One of those that parents just kept.
Right,
Never
yeah,
understood
don't let it
that.
go. But it seems like if you're just buying by names, his seems to be a pretty safe bet right now.
My stepbrother was the third.
Really?
Christopher Scott Morris,
Yeah.
the third.
I work. So my one of my old bosses, he was a third, and
Is it
everybody called him
Trey?
Trey. Like his name that he signed everywhere was Trey, Trey, but it was because he was the third.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know
Yeah.
what's going on
I've
with
never,
the camera.
I've never understood it. Like,
Yeah.
maybe a
Did it stop
junior's
recording
okay.
again? It doesn't matter. We're
It just
about to
went
quit.
black.
We're at 2 hours
Yeah.
and 11 minutes.
2
so we're about
hours and
done.
11 minutes.
Yeah.
We can't
Oh,
do
I've
it.
got it plugged up, charging.
Yeah, it's plugged up.
Message connected.
We'll have audio
return.
regardless, even if we lost. We didn't have nothing to show, so this will just make the podcast, the audio
I
version
showed
of the podcast.
beautiful things.
You did, but we did that to start with, so
Yeah, so
this will just make the inaugural, fully available podcast platform episode more realistic. Like you're not missing nothing if you're not watching on YouTube, because there wasn't no video through some of this sucker.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We screwed up again. I don't think we've had a clean run yet.
And Spotify, when you put it on
I
there,
don't know what's going on.
it don't let you put audio and video. Because on Spotify, like you can do like
No, because
podcasts
my
both.
Dateline, none of my Datelines have videos on it.
Well, that's just because they didn't do it. But like when you watch Joe Rogan
Got 'em all.
podcast on there, you can watch
I
the
think
video.
you can. I think you can.
Oh no, it kept going. It shows 14. It
Okay.
just lost connection on
Well,
here. So
all right, hopefully we still
there
have
we
it.
go.
If we
have
did,
that's
we did.
awkward.
If we don't, tough
Yeah,
luck.
yeah,
It's free anyway, guys.
yeah. For now.
Yeah, that's right. Till we find,
Content is
till
still
we
free.
find some way to start
We
making
will never charge you to listen.
No.
We may charge someone for me to mention their name on here,
Yeah.
but we'll never charge the people.
This
I'd
week's
say if it got popular enough, you could have
episode
a
is brought to you
subscriber
by-
tier.
But what will we give them? Send them a gift basket?
No, exclusive stuff. The only way you can get it is to be
Yeah.
a subscriber.
Yeah.
You get a bonus 20 minutes of us
That's
talking
right.
about
The
stuff.
pre-show, we'll call it.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
the post-show.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
Yeah,
I'm gonna shoot
well,
that down.
Jeez.
Yeesh.
You'd have
The
to
pre-show
give
is one where you
conti-
watch it and then it burns itself, like that burn after
Yeah.
reading. It would
Tangible
That would
Just
definitely
product.
be. It wouldn't be G-rated. I'll tell you that much. Most of the
No.
time,
What?
you
it's
get access to the R-rated.
It's not politically correct.
Nope.
It's mildly offensive, and it ain't G-rated.
Oh, the pregame.
The pre-show. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, when we're brainstorming.
yeah.
Yeah. Eventually we'll have space set up like Rick and Bubba where they have the audience come and sit in.
Oh, we should do that.
Would
Take
you wanna
questions
do
from
that?
the audience.
I'd be fine with that.
We have a
Just
special
find some
guest.
people standing
like,
right there.
Why?
Yeah.
I don't look at the camera half the time. I'm
I
not
mean,
gonna
I
look at
never
them
make
things.
eye
That's
contact with
what
the
I
camera
mean.
because
We're
it's
talking
weird.
to each
We're
other.
talking to each other. We
Yeah.
should look at each other.
That's
We're all
right.
just going to sit here and stare like this.
I will if it makes
Yeah.
them feel weird.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll stare at them.
Hey, if we keep it going, maybe we could have Jeremy. We could do a live podcast at the Huntsville. I don't know if I could do that though.
Why not?
I don't know.
And
'Cause
all
I
those
feel
people
like the
staring.
The people
Yeah,
would throw
but-
off the
We
feng
already gotta try
shui
to
of
do
what
our-
we do.
Yeah, I'm sure it would.
we
Yeah,
already
it'd
gotta
be
try
like
to
And
do
it
our
would
other
feel
things.
more.
nervous.
Well, it would just feel more rigid and scripted
Yeah.
coming
Yeah.
off.
And
as-
honestly, if it's one weekend out of the year, nobody's gonna want to listen to us have a random conversation
Yeah.
at a comic convention.
no, they would.
And Philip would take 45 minutes to get up to go pee and
Yeah,
come
that's
back.
true. It'd be a bigger break.
Out of all
then.
these that we've done, I've got up to pee twice.
I'm just saying
Maybe.
if you had to, that's a long walk.
Yeah, and the nerves would make you pee even more often.
Yeah.
you know.
I just wouldn't drink any water.
It wouldn't matter.
Yeah,
Plus,
you'd
I
have-
just drank one of those IVs.
IVs.
They make me pee.
Yeah.
Triple hydration.
Yeah, if anybody's out there and you have a hard time getting your daily
don't
water
give them
intake,
don't give them a free plug. You
I
gotta
know,
pay for that
right?
crap.
I'm not saying the company, but you can do a little research on your own and get a
Yeah.
liquid IV.
It is high in carbs, though.
It does have 16 grams of carbs per serving.
Yeah.
But
That ain't nowhere near this. What was it? 77 in a 20-ounce Mountain Dew.
Woo-wee, yeah.
Yeah,
Jeez.
Seth, if you're listening,
Whoa.
get off the Mountain Dews.
We did the calories.
And start
the other
working
day, and It
out.
was like 1,500 calories just in dew.
Not
Really?
counting carbs. He's like, you're at 600 carbs a day, Seth.
Man,
Quit it.
you can't do that for long.
No.
You can't.
Well, all right.
Y'all got anything else?
I am.
No.
Let me see.
I'm sure we could go for a while, but
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we always sit here and talk.
I
but
always
yeah.
got good things to say.
All right, y'all have a good one.
Yeah.
See you next time. Next time they will be post Disneyland trip. I'm
Yeah,
sure
Yeah,
we'll
so
have
we'll talk
We'll talk
about
about
the
it.
Disney
tons
adventure.
of stuff.
We'll have some videos.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Might be some
Yeah.
crazy stuff happen there.
Ah,
Seems
2
like every time we
days.
go places,
Leaving
crazy
2
stuff
days.
Somebody told me that they were probably going to build me a custom lightsaber and bring it to me.
happens.
What
I
color do you
heard
like?
that. I'll probably go blue.
If there is
Blue?
anything
Blue or
you want
perps?
from like the
I might go
Disney
perps.
store, though, you should let us know so we can look.
What kind of hilt? There's all
I
kinds
know.
of picks to
I
choose
would hope
from
you would
those.
know what. I would hope you would know me well enough to
$200
know.
for 20 minutes.
I know, but I'd
What-
do it if I was
see?
going.
crazy.
I'd do it if I was going.
I told him if he sold the Dooku. Dooku.
I'd do it if I was going. $200. See, you ain't gonna miss $200.
That's so much. But then I had to stand back there like one of the parents.
Spend
Watching
yours.
the
Yeah,
child.
you build one too. Go 400
Eh.
deep.
Yeah.
We already got one of those
You
droids
can build
that
one, you
someone
can
built
build
from there
one
over
for
in the
David.
store.
Yeah, see, you could build mine and then give it to me.
Yeah, and you could present it to him.
Pick your crystal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Somebody that came in the other day said they have a whole bunch of crystals.
I saw the video of the new one that they've got, and I don't know if they're doing it yet, that actually has the extendable blade. Now,
Oh,
it's
yeah.
a longer hilt, obviously,
Yeah,
and the
'cause you gotta
blade's
go
not
in
as
it.
long,
Yeah.
but it is retractable, and that's pretty
Still
neat.
kinda neat.
Yeah,
That's
that is
pretty
neat.
neat
That is
still.
neat.
Yeah, I thought it was
But
cool.
honestly, for those, like, they're a display thing anyways.
Yeah,
You're not
I
going to
ain't
be
go
like,
out there swing. Yeah.
No.
Well, that's the thing. Like, I've got the only one I have is that Dooku or whatever, and it's got batteries in it, but I don't ever turn it on. What am I going to do? Walk in my room, turn it on, look at it,
Yeah,
just for the batteries to run dead?
Now, this is a side note. If anybody's interested, we can get a full contact lightsaber league going here.
Yeah, you've been interested in that, haven't
I've
you?
been wanting to
Yeah.
do it for a
Yeah.
long
I
time.
just don't know if a lot of people have the contact.
I'm not
the
sure that I want to be
dueling
involved with the people that
sabers.
that'll attract. To be honest with
What do
you.
you mean?
So, I
That's the
don't
people that
know.
go to the cons and spend all the money on stiffs.
Well, look, first off, we're talking about.
I mean, me
We're talking about
personally.
full contact.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're talking really hitting each other.
Yeah.
We're
Well, you still gotta
vying-
wear.
We're vying for a knockout.
You still gotta wear.
We just
karate
already
pads,
turned off
Though. They wear karate pads.
Half the
Yeah.
people that you would be a little leery about playing with, anyways, because they don't want to get hit.
Yeah, but the
Yeah, but you're wearing gi pads. Or,
I would
not gi pads.
Taekwondo gear is what
Yeah.
I was thinking.
Yeah.
That's what they wear.
Yeah,
Some headgear.
some karate gear, whether you like
yeah.
the thing on your hands, the
Yeah.
shins. Because I'm saying full
Well, I
contact.
mean, I would want that
lightsaber
anyways
league.
because I won't get hit in the knuckle.
You
with a
can maybe
lightsaber.
get like
I get pissed off.
one punch and kick in per round or something. I ain't figured out the rule.
No.
Yeah,
You have to go by the league rules. It's
I'm-
a league.
and
league
it's Phillips
rules.
League. It's full contact
this is the
lightsaber
XFL
league.
You
version
can't
of
say
full
league
contact.
because there is the leagues in
No, there's a different
Tennessee
league.
and all that.
This would be Phillips full contact
You can't call it a
lightsaber
league.
league. I can call anything a league if I want
Anyways.
to. Nobody has that like
So
locked down.
anyways.
Anyways, if you're interested and you think it's a cool idea and we can figure out the rules, would you play?
No.
You wouldn't?
No.
But you have to use like those little crappy like old school Walmart. You know which ones I'm talking about?
Yeah.
You'd have to use those.
That's what I mean.
Those
That would
people
just
use
suck.
the ones
Like,
with like the real.
I'm not
effects and
talking
stuff.
about these people. You're thinking of something
I'm
different.
talking about the actual league, lightsaber league.
But they're all like sporty with it. Like it's
because they do
almost like
points, it's like
fencing.
it
It's
is
fence-
because
it's
you do
called
points
fencing.
and you got to see
I
who
mean,
wins.
Phillips
via
isn't like
points.
that. It's a fight. With
Yeah,
a
but how are you
lightsaber.
going to end a fight with a plastic sword?
Exactly.
You're going to have to be
just
faking some of these moves. Like, oh, that would have been a killing blow.
Yeah.
I know. We'll just tally it up with like.
He hadn't thought
Now
this
you're
through.
back to
He's just making
points.
up things.
Well, I mean,
Yeah.
obviously
we're going to
everything-
end it on that. with
Okay, we'll
Phil
end it
making
there.
up
But
things.
everything comes back to points.
This
You
sounds
might,
like-
I might could knock you
This
out.
sounds like a train wreck.
No, because then
Sounds
that's all
awesome.
kind of liabilities, and
Yeah.
no, not getting insurance for nothing like that. No, sorry,
whatever.
it is shut down.
She just shut it down, but it
Yeah.
sounds awesome.
If you do it the way it's supposed to be.
See
done.
y'all in, I guess, 2 weeks at the very least.
Yeah.
Maybe 3 before it's over with. We'll see how this goes.
Oh, the people.
Yeah. See you suckers later.
All right, see you.
Alright,
Peace.
Have a good one.
peace.